It's in flames.
Okay.
Well, at least it was lit.
Oh, why? Greetings, adventurers. This is Have Dice Will Save, the Pathfinder 2nd Edition adventure, where my four friends only have 15 minutes to save the planet.
We could take turns, just like since there's still actually just 5 of us, we can each take like 3 minutes.
Sure.
Math.
So, as you can see, we are currently down our hobbit again because the goblin pox continue.
Sorry, Sherry.
Rest in peace.
No, you're not. No, you're not.
That's why you don't travel with goblins.
But
Hey.
in the meantime, let's all take a deep breath. Because here we go. Okay, so last time on Have Dice Will Save, the Dream Team finished their journey toward the capital of Scortile, the city of Irsank, and on the road met with another group of adventurers. 5 equally ragtag and oddly matched individuals who, after deciding that these were probably not spies from Cadia, followed along with them into Irsank, where they found that there was a long tradition of pit fights, more or less. And after
Fighting
some
pits.
significant coaxing, I guess, toward the rogue in the party, the Dream Team engaged in deadly combat. Less deadly, though. Emerging victorious, they won quite a bit of money.
Yeah.
And a couple of magical items.
Yeah. Which we're trying to find now.
They lost the
Are those the
magical
magic items, Morgan? Do you have them? Or do I have them? Is it here?
This?
Here, there.
Hey, okay.
So,
Down, give me yours.
we ended with you all going back to the little tavern where you are met by your now vanquished foes, question mark, to drink.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Opponents? Opponents.
Gamblers.
Companions.
Combatants.
You can tell them that if you want.
No.
Combatant tier friend.
Fellow investor.
Wait, are they gonna replace Orm now?
No.
You said companion. Like
Combatant.
She's-
Combatant.
She did say companion.
Oh, she said companion.
See, I listen, cousin.
Are we declaring companion to your friend in character now?
No.
Form to your best friend.
That should be a tier on Patreon, this companion tier.
Oh my god.
Anyway.
Only for doing a Firefly thing.
Anyway.
What?
So, you all went to the go to the tavern.
Yeah.
where you are met. First by Saryashkev. And then over the next 10 minutes or so, the rest of the group filters in. Along with a handful of other people.
Go clean off the blood first.
Yes.
Cast prestidigitation a few times.
Ouch down spot.
Oh. Oh.
Literary references. Oh, yeah.
Yeah. But, yeah, I prestidigitation most of the blood away.
Yes.
And
Reshine all of your shiny armor.
then go back and order a drink.
You get the same kind of like
I'm gonna put it in my drinking horn.
solid ale.
I will indulge in a cider.
They don't have apples down here.
Oh.
They have an interesting kind of herbal piney thing that is not super
Oh
dissimilar
god, you're ordering a
from cider.
kombucha, aren't you?
I'm the monk. I'm the monk, Ivan.
Do they have
Of
ginger
course,
there?
Of course, I'm getting kombucha. What's wrong with you?
You get more or less orcish
Is that a
kombucha. It's not bad. It's definitely different than what you're used to, but because it's very like heavily herbed. Like it's very herbaceous.
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 Yeah.
I know big words, like a big boy.
Dictionary.
Key strike.
Dictionaries fall, everyone dies.
But yes, but it's interesting and pretty good.
How much?
Oh, it's a few copper. Like we'll call it 3 copper.
Pickle juice. Maybe.
I really run out of pencils. I had like 80 pencils in before.
We
Everyone
do not
shows
get
up with a
much
pencil.
call for pickle juice. Like leans down under the bar, has to like rummage some jars aside, and pulls out like some pickled beets possibly, and pours like some brine into a glass for you.
Yes.
It's pickling
I'm gonna
juice.
hand out like my horn
Uh-huh.
in here instead.
Of course.
Yes, thank you.
He pours it in there.
Good.
Just like pickle juice, a little bit sweeter and also weirdly pink.
This feels wrong.
It is a portrayal of our great cultural
Yes.
values.
Yes.
This is why
Goblin
you,
friend.
This
Maybe
is
you,
why you
oh,
need just get ale. It's good everywhere.
maybe you can imagine its blood.
Yes. Thank you, monk friend.
It's problem solved, I suppose.
Ah, yes. The blood pickles of my enemies.
It's horrifying.
The pickled,
know.
the
Thank you
pickled
for that.
blood of your enemies.
We were the
Yes.
monsters all along. That was us.
I mean, I am half orc.
Oh, I am a goblin.
You do notice, by the way, that like basically every other person in this tavern is an orc.
Ford?
There's a couple
Wait.
of half orcs. It's hard to tell necessarily.
Then question: am I still getting stares?
No. You are the only person who isn't getting stares.
I'm getting stares.
Yes. A little bit less because dwarves, there are a few dwarves
I'm
around.
covered in symbols
But-
of the martial.
Sure. But most the average person doesn't necessarily notice the difference. You're shiny, so you're getting some stares. Emmeline is getting stared at like a motherfucker. She might be the only elf-related thing for 100 miles.
On the elf. Got the northern tan going.
Yes.
Got the high fancy clothes thing. Definitely foreign.
Yes. You do notice that most of the orcs down this way have skin that trends more toward the gray-green rather than the sort of like almost more oaky colors in the north, where you get shades of brown with a little bit of like earthy beige to it. So like in Zentile, you get more orcs with earth tone skin, and down here it's more like stony mossy. But people seem too polite to, like, say anything about your presence, except Serieshkev.
Ooh, shock.
Comes over and is like, "Sup, bros?"
when he walks in, he already seems to have found alcohol somewhere. Walks in with a big kind of tankard, like, yay big.
Serieshkev, I was planning on getting you a drink, but it looks like you came prepared.
Hey! Good man!
We always keep a spare jug. And he sets down the mug, which is like about half of Ivan's body sized.
That's how I just imagine.
Exactly. It does. It clunks very satisfying.
Nice.
I need to get me one of those.
They are not uncommon here.
What would you say Ursank's best drink of choice is? I was trying to make up my mind.
The ales are quite good. And I see you have already discovered the local brews.
Yes, it's very good.
Those are an acquired taste, I suppose.
IPAs for Fantasyland.
Yes. It seems like that this tavern specifically is brewing that.
I dig it. Sit here with my MacBook.
Yeah, I will order some of the same things.
And we have a wide range of spirits.
I think I will try some of the local brew. That sounds good.
You get the same kind of like heavily herbed. There's a hint of like sourness to it that you're not 100% sure where it comes from, but it's pleasant. And then after, as you're kind of settling into that, you see Seraphine come in now outside of her armor, dressed in just like a pale yellow tunic. And along with her is, what was his name? Ander, right. The one who doesn't have.
Ander was the one that got exploded?
Yes, Ander is the tiefling that scream blew the fuck out.
I'm gonna go up to him and be like, "Hey, sorry, do you want a honey bun? Do you want to try some pickle purpley drink juice?"
No thanks.
But it's my condolences for blowing you the fuck up.
Well, I guess
It's
I
my
could
friendship
take the honey bun.
Okay.
That's
One out from the donut hole.
I don't know about purple pickles.
They're good. It's delicious. And then I hand him both my horn and the bun.
Behind Scree, Emily's just like, they're delicious.
He takes both of them and he looks at the honey bun and seems normal.
Delicious.
He tips it very slightly. Oh yeah, that's very good. Thank you.
Yeah. We're friends now.
If anyone wishes to make a perception check,
I don't think I need to.
his deception score not real high.
Lie to me.
That drink was a conversation. When he takes a bite of the honey bun, it kind of the sheer sweetness of it gets to him for a second, but kind of figures his way through it after a minute.
Yes, good. Okay.
Thanks.
You're welcome. I'm glad you're alive.
Scree, can I have victory honey bun?
Absolutely, Ivan. I pull out a handful and smash it into his face. Honey bun.
I accept this. I start eating one while
Ivan unhinges his jaw.
Turns out, Uskal dwarves related to snakes, weirdly.
It's just some kind of rancor, actually.
part ice troll. Oh.
I start eating one of the honey buns while prestidigitationing the sticky frosting off of my beard.
Yep.
Lick it off instead. It's better that way.
Tongue's not quite long enough, but good suggestion.
You can pull the beard up.
It's harder than you would think.
Years of table manners just out the window. I had to train for those.
Another 5 inches of frosting, kind of beard is okay now. Zorishkotov, another 5 inches.
There's a lot of beard.
Eat some honey bun.
We're gonna start all over again, like what you've done.
Finally, Vano walks in. They are still in their armor. The only one of them who seems to have retained armoring. But the longbow is gone. And they just have the 2 hatchets just stuck into their belt.
Like it feels kinship for carrying around bladed objects at all times.
They kind of gaze over the whole collection of people, which is only 50% you.
Ivana, welcome. Your archery skills had me very concerned for a bit.
That is what they are for.
It's a well-fought match.
It was educational.
It was fun. Good match. It's hard to find people that put up real good fight.
That has been our experience as well.
Have you fought many other adventuring groups in the area before?
A few. There are not as many as there have been in the past. It is with the tension on the borders, there are more things taking people's attention.
Yes. It's, I think, been very similar on the northern front as well. We ran into some issues, just a lot of the guards are kind of stretched thin in certain areas, and just things that you would normally expect aren't happening.
That makes some sense.
Awkward pause. Sorry for invading your country.
When you have that many borders that are that large, it is very difficult to maintain them.
Kidya has definitely reached far and wide.
That is-
only time will tell.
Is
whether-
a word for it.
We will see what winds up happening. Does he have a drink yet at all?
No.
Or they
yeah,
do they have a drink yet?
They do not seem to immediately acquire a drink. In fact, they also don't seem to immediately sit down. They just kind of lurk.
Will you be joining us? Would you like to drink? I can grab you something.
Yes, that would be very nice. Thank you.
Also, I don't know if I should be rolling it. It's not my intention to be super manipulative, but I am doing kind of diplomacy things and trying to seem welcoming.
Give it a shot anyway.
Okay. Ooh. Yeah, buddy. I never get to use the diplomacy skill. It's around here somewhere. There it is. 11. So, 29.
29.
Make an impression. Impression made.
Pretty sure that works. I didn't bring that. It's okay. I didn't bring the sheet out. Yes, that works.
Yeah.
And that's kind of why they nod at the offer of a drink.
Mm-hmm.
They can recognize the effort being made.
Yeah. It's basically just trying to kind of be welcoming and us Northerners aren't all so terrible.
Our destiny isn't always manifest.
Just most of the time.
They sit down after a minute. Seraphine seems to have sat kind of off with a couple of other people who have immediately like taken up a conversation as though they kind of hang out a lot. There's what looks like probably a half orc, though might be just a somewhat short full orc, and another human-ish looking person. Whether they're an Aasimar whose Aasimar qualities are just not super obvious, or actual human is hard to say. The only one left missing is Arcady, who does not immediately appear.
Well, in the meantime, drinking revelry with the others.
Yes. Seryashkev immediately starts like taking long drafts from the
This tankard.
unbelievably large tankard. Yes.
Oh my goodness.
When he is holding it, it's not quite so disproportionate because he's
Very large.
7 foot.
7 and 7 and change.
He big guy.
Yeah. But if basically anyone else were holding it, it would be unreasonable. For him, it's just excessive.
This might seem an odd question, but it's one of the things I always wonder about, like different fantasy settings. For a halfling to get a drink and a person with a large cup to get a drink, is it usually the same price, or does it break down? Sorry if I'm putting you on the spot. I'm just kind of curious.
I would assume most taverns probably only have one size of cup.
Yeah. Generally.
Regardless of who they're serving, like, this is what you get.
Yeah.
You get this.
Order however many you want.
Right. That is basically the case, which is possibly why he brought his own. Although, in fairness, this tavern does get a fair amount of orcish traffic, so there are some fairly large mugs on hand too, though none quite as big as his. He has the biggest.
Dat mug dough.
Goodness. Vana, what are your thoughts on the border skirmishes?
Oh, we get into politics now, huh?
I think that they are largely unnecessary. We are not going anywhere, and Cadia is also not going anywhere. It is fighting for nothing.
Thank you for answering my question.
Straight into the sad conversations.
Remember, I don't have tact.
True.
Diplomacy.
My diplomacy is 0, okay?
What is this? I am unfamiliar with the concept.
That's why I'm the disgrace of the family.
I regret nothing.
I mean, is she wrong though?
I'm going to go in a corner now and just cry.
Oh, mic check references. Audience will surely understand them.
Yes.
Sorry, guys.
But what do you think of our little war?
I have only fairly recently thought of this. And I apologize for that.
It must be nice for you.
I know. I apologize. I personally am not very keen on them either. I feel that there is, like you, I feel that there is no need for all the skirmishing and the fighting.
Both Amelie and I are from very far north in the country, so a lot of the impact from this has not quite reached that far, and a lot of the hows and whys have also not. extended their influence to that area. Cadia is fairly unified at the top, but when you get into individual cities and how lives work in general, it is led from the front, if that makes sense. You don't always see what happens on the other side.
That is so much land to cover. You could hardly see across it.
Organization and roads help a lot with that, but it's only so much you can do.
This is why I ask, because I do not usually have access to the other side's opinions. And if the conversation makes you uncomfortable, I understand.
It is no less comfortable than many things. It comes down to people want things, and they think other people have them. Cadia invades Kirdens. Some little band of Skortile invades Cadia. Some people die. Some land changes hands. Nothing really changes. Turns out R into double L is a difficult one. And now we fight for woods. Woods that Cadia does not have and we barely live in.
It seems odd that the swamp areas would have been so contested as far north. We went there, but there wasn't much to see.
The fighting that it gets that far south. Mostly the forest is as far as anyone gets.
I guess militarily there's some strategic importance to controlling something like that. But that's as much as I can figure.
In that this is a natural border.
Correct.
But why does there need to be strategy involved?
It's generally been my understanding that strategy is always involved. Even if it's not necessarily even if it's primarily a diplomatic engagement, there's still strategy. There's still thought put behind things. And I think a lot of that comes from not knowing who you're talking to.
What do you mean?
Well, a lot in our circle, we understand each other. We understand emotions. We understand where we're coming from, more or less. Exception of Ivan. I don't think he understands.
I understand enough.
Most people don't have that understanding to work from. The understanding is, I know that you will act in your people's interest, and you know that I will act in my people's interest. What we consider that to be unknown. So.
That makes sense.
But these are dark topics.
Agreed.
Missing a D20.
Yeah.
Dark topics, indeed.
Oh, for later. I have two.
The darkest of topics.
The darkest of topics.
That's why I brought it up,
Missing
guys.
D20s.
Missing dice, no!
During your entire interchange, Mono just kind of sits there, sipping the drink.
So, Vano, what got you into archery?
Hunger?
Really?
Open mouth, insert foot.
What kinds of things do you hunt?
Occasionally we go after deer. Mostly rabbits. Squirrels sometimes.
Is there a particular reason? Is it due to Is it due to scarcities? Is it due to taste? Is it?
Well, a deer is difficult to carry back on my own,
Fair.
but sometimes.
Do you use the carcass simply for meat, or do you also get the fur and everything from it?
I will sell a pelt sometimes.
Okay.
Not much need for deer pelt, but wolf sometimes.
Have you ever encountered electrified wolves?
Of course.
What are your experiences with them?
I shoot them and they fall down.
Those are common around here.
Not common, but not unknown.
We encountered some just south of the woodlands. I think. When
They
were
wander the woods. And further south toward Akas.
I have not seen anything like that in Cadia.
Wolves are not unique to us. The electricity is a little more specific, but in Skyvuskil you get the wolves that use some kind of ice magic.
There's not as much electricity, but adapt to cold very well. Fortunately, we also adapt to cold very well.
It is, by the way. Like, even though it's getting into summer, it's colder down here than you are used to.
It's fine, Scree. You just make own fire.
Yes,
himself
burn down
up.
buildings for warmth, yes.
I mean,
Don't encourage the screen. Couple drinks in, just like start making fortitude saves.
Give a man the fire, he is warm for a day. If you set a man on fire, he is warm for the rest of his life.
Short life. Oh, Ivan.
It's not wrong.
that is a very disturbing joke.
I think it's hilarious.
You can tell from all the laughter coming.
Aha!
You're
haha.
wearing the broken off fangs of a vampire you fought on your wrist, and you think that joke was disturbing?
Yes.
That's mostly what we've run into, is odd undead humanoids.
Lots of undead.
We fought undead minotaurs.
Do you get minotaurs in Kali?
Apparently, if they're zombies, duh.
In the south, they've been seen. They're not exactly common.
Good work fighting them.
Thank you. It was an experience, to say the least.
I have not fought any minotaurs. They are impressive.
Consider yourself lucky.
I suppose technically neither have we. Only they're skeletons.
Half of the minotaur, I suppose.
Yeah.
At least 30%.
Which do you think would be worse? The actual minotaur or the skeleton?
I imagine muscle and sinew might make things a bit worse.
It's
But
harder to stab skeleton.
See.
But there's all sorts of like weird magic involved.
Yes.
It's interesting to think of. I hope we don't have to find out.
No pain receptors.
No bits to burn.
Vano's just like, oh.
They're an adventurer too. They know. They know.
They know.
You have a very single-minded focus.
I mean, I also like pickles and honey buns and friends and sleeping on Emmeline and wolf heads,
Bracelets.
bracelets.
She makes very fine jewelry.
Wolf
I
heads
don't just
goes
like
into
fire.
PTSD. They're always watching.
If I had succeeded that
Zurievska, what's the weirdest thing you guys have ever encountered in your adventures?
Giant worm.
Giant worm.
Yes.
Where was this?
It was a little south. Towards, not quite at the coast. There was some old ruins. Had giant worms. They were the ones with, like, little legs.
Ew.
Legworm.
Don't think I've seen anything like that.
It's not really legs. It's for, like, wiggling when you go through things.
Like hairs?
Like hairs, but, like, stiffer.
I see.
I don't think I have the thing to guess, Cilia. I don't think I have the
Yes.
No.
yeah.
No.
No.
lore anatomy.
I was hoping that like
Lord
maybe my nature.
entomology, possibly.
I was hoping that maybe my nature would cover that just
Maybe,
like a little bit.
but probably not. Like you might recognize what he's talking about. The idea of Celia being something that you
yeah.
sort of wave to move through substances, but like 15 feet long.
How hard was fight?
You did not say how hard the hardest thing. You said weirdest thing.
I simply
not
wondered
very
how
hard.
formidable is giant worm. I've never fought
I
one.
mean, they weigh a lot and they hit you with their big weird body, but the hardest part is that they keep thrashing around when you cut them in half.
There's that chat.
It's fully.
Is it an audio related thing? Or
Ah,
is it something else?
thank
Okay.
you for the tier 3
Yes.
subscription. 4 months.
Thank you
Thanks a
very
lot.
much.
I just saw a chat thing pop out. I was like,
Yeah.
I usually have my iPad so I can follow those things, but I don't.
As a reminder, Fully Percival, by the way, you happen to have access to a hero point, which you may give out at any point during the game.
Thank
just
you,
as a reminder.
Fully.
Thank you.
Yes,
And hello,
thank you.
dragons in the dining room. Welcome,
Yes.
welcome.
What? That's such a cool name.
Dragons in the Dining Room is also a very cool show.
Oh, gotta check it out.
Exactly.
In the meantime, though,
LXGM for life. Moving on.
more drinking.
Yes, more drinking.
We're drinking.
What is good things stronger than ale? What do you have in terms of liquor?
We have a few dwarven spirits. I don't like them very much, but you would.
Where is your dwarf friend?
Oh, he does not drink.
I see.
Barkeep, what vodkas have?
Ducks down, digs through some more bottles, pulls out. Kind of
Oh
a
God,
big
it's
chug.
Kamchatka.
Run and flee!
Scream might like it.
Ooh.
It's not. I mean, it doesn't look rot gut, but it's it's not. It's nothing special.
Yeah, I'll take some of this.
Can I have some with the pickle juice too?
The
Hold out my
beet
horn
juice?
again. Beet pickle thing. Yes.
Of course.
Thanks.
Pours some in there.
He's
Ready.
like, it's only rot gut liquor, but it's still rot gut liquor.
Finish it off and like go take it and go. Actually, Scree, could we have jar of pickle juice?
Ivan.
Yes. Sets the jar of pickled beets on the counter.
Are you guys getting into mixed drinks now?
I'm going to take thy horn, and I'm going to take like a small sip of the vodka and a small sip of the pickle juice, like a smaller sip of the pickle juice, and just kind of
Delicious.
actually does not go very poorly together. It's not as bad as would think.
Well, now we're no longer the group that travels with somebody that drinks pickle juice. We're the group that drinks pickle juice. Right.
I would
I
not
have
drink
converted.
straight up, but you mix things together. Sometimes can be good.
Try it, Emmeline.
Nope.
It takes some.
But
It takes
Emmeline-
some experiment, but I think could work.
Nope.
Please?
Do you just want jar of pickles?
Yes.
Okay, that will be a silver.
Okay. I will toss him a silver.
Uses this moment to like go use the restroom or something to duck around to avoid the guilt trip.
Emmeline, I'll get you when you come back. You cannot hide from the pickles.
Pickles.
Oh my god.
They will never give up.
Are they replacing the wolf heads now?
Yes. For now.
They never stop watching.
Endless pickles.
Oh god.
We dream of pickles.
Saryeshka, what do you have in your tankard?
Oh, it is mostly ale.
Mostly.
Mostly.
What is part that is not?
It is like a whiskey, but it is aged in hide, specially prepared.
What kind of hide?
So there is a creature. It is like a bear, but it has owl head.
Owlbear?
Yes,
We have yes.
you
We've encountered
aged owl
owl.
bear hide.
I see. We encountered bugbears.
Yes.
Yes,
Yes.
bugbears, which
I'm-
are not.
I don't think
Anyway,
they're fun
I know, like,
owlbears.
but I basically we know that owlbears
Correction.
exist.
Yes.
Yeah, we
Your
know that
nature is high enough to be aware that owl bears are a thing.
Okay. Huh.
Those are a thing everywhere.
Yeah.
That sounds very interesting. Might I
Except
try a
finger
sip?
can tear your head
Garbage.
off.
Of course. Sets it down in front of you.
Do I need like a strength check for this shit?
No, it's not
Okay.
like unbelievably heavy. It's, kind of like a little keg in terms of weight.
Also, you have 4 strength.
I gotta ask, you know? That's not bad. Thank you.
It's got, basically, it tastes like a very, heavy ale with a weird kick, like a burn at the end of it.
So I probably should have coughed, shouldn't I? Yeah. Because I don't drink alcohol that often. But yeah. A bit of a
So,
burn. But good.
You all wanted to see the monastery, yes?
Yes.
I had read that it was near here, near Ursank, but I didn't know how
It's
close.
fairly near. If you make good pace, it's 6 hours.
That is not bad. Are they usually open to visitors?
They don't kill visitors, if that's what you mean.
It's a start.
They don't always let you inside, but
It's still worth going.
what do you want from the monks?
The monastery that I was in the monastery that I was in Acadia, I was the only one of my kind.
That
Yeah.
makes sense.
Yes. So I wanted to find more who were like me.
Seeking out more of your people, it is a good idea. And so you came to join the Rastamir?
That was my original intent. I have found friends, but I would still at least like to meet their acquaintance.
Interesting. I have never known anyone from outside Scortile to join Rastan yet.
Well, if they don't let us in, you still might not.
Yeah.
But we will find out.
They are, They are not the most social people. But you will be fine.
How much do you encounter them?
Oh, I have never been there.
I see.
Well, I've never been in there. I've been past it.
Have you spoken with others who engage with them?
People who trade with them,
I see.
they still need supplies sometimes.
They sound fairly isolationist.
They are dedicated to their practices of meditation.
It is not uncommon, and it wasn't uncommon in my monastery either.
But we get monks into your sank now and again. Occasionally you will find ones that wander off on expeditions.
I'm kind of curious. In Cadia, a lot of times, service to the marshal and even through some of the monasteries are kind of centered around service to the country. So you guys don't have as structure. Well, your society as structure in general is a little bit more open and less centered. What does the monastery train for?
Self-improvement, I suppose. They make up a fair amount of the fighting force, I suppose, of Scortile. But I don't know if that is why they train. You would have to ask them, I suppose.
I guess we'll find out.
Are they the ones fighting at the border?
I don't know. I haven't been to the border.
I see.
I suspect it is more scouting party skirmishes
I see.
than pitched combat.
Well, if anyone wants a second round of drinks, I think it's only fair since we had taken the prize pot to cover yours.
That is a good policy.
So
You all
I will
fought very
buy
well.
the next round of drinks for everyone.
Thank you.
So basically, between among drink buying, you probably spend like 3 silver.
Okay.
After I finish my vodka, I'm gonna order a horn full of his stuff.
Okay.
I drink what he's having. Sounds good. What is it called? He said like hide whiskey.
He'll speak a word that it has a dwarvish kind of sound to it, but isn't specifically a dwarvish word. It kind of sounds like it's not unlike an anglicized Russian word. But yeah, off the top of my head, I didn't name it. So.
It is the juice.
The juice.
It's the dwarf
What
juice.
is Russian for the juice?
Is this where we've been staying?
No, you guys haven't actually stayed here yet because
Okay. Yeah.
previously you were traveling toward the city.
Yeah.
So you've been staying on the dirt.
Are we staying here tonight?
I think it's probably best to, and then head to the monastery.
I would not go into unfamiliar woods in the dark.
No.
Oh, duh. Stay in city, absolutely.
Right, but are we staying here? Because I have stuff I want to go work on. Can't just drink the night away, Ivan.
Harsh.
I mean, absolutely could, but
I just don't want to go up there, go to sleep, and then have you guys leave, and then I can't find you.
We would never leave you.
I don't believe that. Stares at Emmeline.
I don't direct where the party goes.
Well, do they have room here?
I think so, yes. It's not a big room, but it is probably enough.
Okay. I'm gonna go get me a room.
There's literally a single room up there.
Okay.
It's like, a double wide for orcs. So, you get two fairly large
So-
beds.
We could also just find other inn. Somewhere
was
with
a-
more space.
This was a smaller inn because it was harder to find. But
It's good for this place. Is good for drinking, good alcohol. But if we want to sleep in bigger room, we can simply find a bigger room.
Okay. I just want to go
separate
work on my
rooms.
wolf heads.
or a separate room.
There's probably enough room on the floor that you could work
To be
on.
perfectly honest, I do not see
Okay.
why you cannot simply work here.
I didn't want to freak out our guests.
I look around at the room full of hardened orcs.
Yeah. Serieshka
Okay,
was
good
literally
point.
wearing a loincloth made out of the wolf hide.
It's like,
Fine. I'll sit on the floor and I'll start carving it.
Sounds great.
Yes.
were you keeping them on your person, or were
It
you?
was in the bag, I
I think
think.
they're in the bag of
I don't
holding.
think she has
I
enough,
Pull out the bag of holding, open it, take out 4 wolf heads, put them on the ground.
Around
Or
Emmeline.
or just some of them.
Around Emily.
I will set them in a circle around Emmeline.
Okay, you're gonna start making crafting checks.
Yes. Wow, that was a fail. That was a natural 20, though.
Okay.
So
Yay.
33.
So as you set the wolf skulls get set down, you stare at them, and it's almost like they're in their natural environment. And you go to work.
You get bonuses for them surrounding Emmeline.
Yes. Yes.
Buffs to crafting checks, people. Gather round. That's great. Super great.
Thanks for the help, Emmeline.
You know what you should do?
They're doing
You
great.
should sigil her family crest into each of the
Oh, I
skulls.
was.
Okay, cool. You should just carve each of them.
So you set to work, and you make excellent time. You feel like you could be done. You could also put another day into it if you wanted to, but
Yeah, I'll put another day into it. So I can torture her more.
seems legit.
I could be done, but it's too much fun.
You could probably put brambles around her family crest.
I mean, if you wanted to get stabbed, yeah, sure.
But they're a gift for you.
Yeah, just remind me of my terrible traumatic past. It's fine.
A gift.
How much bulk is a wolf skull? Light?
I don't know. Those are big wolves.
So one each?
I
Yeah,
think
prob-
they're a bulk.
Yeah,
Yeah.
probably
Gotta
at
be
least a
bulk.
bulk.
Because it's also like how unwieldy it is, and skulls are very unwieldy.
There would be an argument that the crackling wolf skulls could be too bulk, but it's because they're gigantic.
Yeah, I mean that's probably
Yeah.
it's got to be too bulk.
Okay. So
So like 4 bulk on the crackling wolf skulls, and then two bulk for the
The little
two
guys.
littler wolves.
yeah,
We did.
we have enough space for them all in the bag of holding.
Yay.
Do we?
Yes, in fact, we actually do.
Holy crap!
Woo.
Are you sure that could we not have it?
We
Do
could
you?
not. I could put more gear in there. I mean, like I got an extra.
But guy,
I got the extra rapier, I think, somewhere. No, we sold that. I gotta have something. Oh God!
you don't want my gifts? I'll go cry in the corner.
It's not that I don't want them. No,
Goblin
no.
friends,
It's just
no.
it's just that we don't have room for them. Maybe.
It is okay.
It's just that we're trying to not have room for them. That's all.
Trying very specifically to not have room.
Goblin friend, if it helps you, I will carry one of the skulls.
Oh. Nah, it's
I
fine. They
want-
can stay in the bag.
Okay.
Right, Emmeline. In the bag or around you when you're sleeping. No other way. They're for your
Finding my own room
protection.
tonight. Finding my own room tonight.
No.
Gonna
No.
lock the doors. It's gonna be great. Gonna
I
get a
won't
good
do
night's
it.
sleep
No,
for once.
Emmeline.
I mean, you have enough gold. You could just stay at a totally different inn.
I know.
Yes.
But,
I am
but
aware of that.
It's
This
But
is why
my
finding my own room
mattress.
tonight.
You could theoretically rent every room
Just
in a totally
remember,
different inn
Scree.
just to make sure they don't get followed.
you have a flight speed and she has a window.
Ivan. Just have the wolf head. Flying.
You can set it on fire too. You can just
I
like have
could.
flames coming out of it.
Flaming,
I
flying
could do
wolf head.
ventriloquism to go in the
It's like in Mulan when he's got that dragon skeleton. Dragon head.
I'm the great stone dragon.
No.
Yep. So
Please don't sue us, Disney. We love you.
I don't think we have that particular problem. So what is your actual plan for sleeping for the night?
I think we will go find somewhere with
Yes.
actual space.
I'm gonna get my own room. It's gonna be great. I'm gonna lock
Emily.
the
So
door.
what do you suggest for best sleeping lodges? It's been a long time on the road. We'd like actually a nice place if there's a good place
Honestly,
around.
I don't usually sleep in inns. It is on the ground or, a house.
It's fair. We are lacking in house, but
It is problem. You should buy a house. Irsenk is beautiful city.
seems nice. We probably move a bit too much though.
It is a shame.
In meantime, though,
It is definitely a buyer's market for real estate.
Things to know. Maybe the Star Stride Fair would be interested in making sure they have a performance space down here.
Like a studio.
Well, like if they buy the property, they can make sure they have a festival around.
That'd be cool. Yeah. Store some of their score tile specific stuff here.
Do they have specific? Do they have country-specific performances? This is
you've
the Cadian tent.
You've seen Tessie alter the coloration of her things for
That's true.
specific places. So it's reasonable to assume that that sort of impulse works elsewhere.
But yeah, finding my owner.
Okay.
do all party members sleep in house here?
Sometimes they
I just want to know what a good hotel
Stay.
is.
Well, we can find
with
one.
others of us.
Well, we are.
It's not hard to find
Yeah,
towns.
we'll be able to find something.
Porsche.
Thank you for a match well fought.
And you as well. It was enlightening. I enjoyed it a lot.
Have to do again sometime.
So yeah, should I make like a society roll to try and find a hotel? Nice
Or
place,
perception. Either way.
Okay. Society's better for me, so. Like 17.
Okay. You can find in the not too far out radius, you can find another tavern. Or another like a dedicated inn that's larger. Definitely looks like it has multiple rooms. You do find the more you wander, the more people sort of glance over at you, somewhat bewildered. How's it feel now, cousin?
Do you need my hat? Do you want to feel safe in your environment.
I'm
I think
fine.
gather information is actually a diplomacy check. So
I mean,
Yeah.
Okay, it's still
Yeah.
a 17.
Yeah,
I'm just
either way.
saying,
As it turns out, I am
there's
equally
a
good
very
at most.
specific feat for using society to gather information instead of
Oh,
diplomacy.
yeah, that's true. There is. Is that's not Courtly Grace? Is this
Streetwise.
Street? Oh, you're right. Streetwise. Yeah.
I mean, diplomacy, like pretty much no matter what I'm using, I have at 12.
It's all kind of the same modifier.
My perception's a little lower, but
Nonetheless,
yeah. So I at least would like to get my own room.
sure.
But why? I sleep on you every night.
Because
It's not going to be the same without the threat of being stabbed.
because I mean it's
Can I roll
most
the
of
guilt
my
trip?
life.
Sure. Is that a diplomacy check?
I think.
I think that's a diplomacy
Deception?
check. No, but you're not deceiving her.
I know.
It is in fact true.
Natural 20, 24.
Oh, jeez.
What's your will save?
14? 10? 10 is my will save.
Okay, so that's a DC of 20.
She gives
So I
you
got
the best
24.
puppy dog eyes that you've ever seen in anything ever. Just,
My
Your
cute little
eyes
goblin
just
eyes.
She does the Puss in Boots face.
Emily, I feel so safe around you. Don't leave me hanging, girl.
Cousin, let her sleep with you.
Yes.
Look at her face.
She's just like, no wolf skulls.
What about other skulls?
No animal anatomy stuff.
Fine. Ivan. She said me, no wolf skulls, but you can sneak in. Hide them. All right. Okay, let's go.
so, I guess we found a good inn, like a nice inn.
Yeah, decent one.
It's nice. Honestly, like the ambiance is not as nice. It's a little bit more like it's not the quality inn of the area. You know, it's a little bit like, you know, the Motel 6.
It is a functioning tavern that has individual rooms, which
Yes.
theoretically was why I was coming here. But
But, you know, the construction of the building, while not unsafe, is not like perfect, and dust in the corners and things like that.
Well, seems like this will work.
it'll do.
How much for 4 rooms?
For total,
The
that will be 34 gold. 34 silver.
gold. Holy shit! Like,
The innkeeper is this like old orc.
They're going to flinch.
Yeah, he's like, no way.
Willing to stay in a place like that, but not this place like that.
So, 10 gold is 10 silver is 1 gold, correct?
Yes,
So like what? 3 gold and a silver then?
3 gold and 4
silver.
silver.
4 silver. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, so it's like a 7 silver a person, I think, roughly. Something like
do you
that.
have breakfast in the morning here?
Yes, we will make food.
How much is breakfast? We
For
getting
tomorrow. It will be 4 copper.
This is 2 gold each. It should cover everything.
Well,
All of us? Like
Yeah.
like we all each just do a gold?
Everyone take 1
Oh,
gold.
okay.
Should cover all of us.
Okay.
Keep change. It'll be for whatever.
Very good.
Include breakfast with all. His 4 rooms, 5 breakfast. So
Do you need any special things? I don't know.
We are
do
fairly
not think so.
self-sufficient.
It's-
Good. Check out. It's at 11. Just kind of hands you keys.
Take it and go.
Can we have a spare key for the one room that we're in? Just in case I need to leave.
That I only have one key.
Back when
It's
keys
fine.
were hard copies, it was hard to get multiples.
You never know.
Are there other guests staying on same area we are?
Yes.
Could we possibly request farthest back rooms
Sure.
all the way at the very end?
He like reaches out, grabs all your keys, stares at them for a minute, like, starts putting them back one at a time.
Aw.
And then he moves over and grabs like the last 4. There's maybe 10, 12 rooms total here. But he pulls down the last 4 and hands them all out to you.
Excellent.
Thank you.
Good that last 4 rooms were opened. This will be more convenient for us.
In case bugbears come, they'll kill the other ones first. Good thinking.
What?
Not so much.
It's a joke. It's a joke.
Goblin humor is strange.
Ha ha ha.
Agreed. Agreed.
So I will start heading as we start heading towards the rooms. And start getting out of earshot. I go, but also not wrong. That is actually good.
right. Good thinking.
What is good common word? Password will be skull. If you do not say skull when you enter hallway, it will wake everyone in the whole building up. Okay?
Okay.
It might be
Good.
different. It might be rough if they have staff.
Does this look like a place that has staff that will be walking into our rooms while we're occupying them?
Hard to say.
I mean, they're fucking like what? 34
That's an interesting
silver?
question. Do you think an old orc is going to walk into your room while you're sleeping?
I think if he does, I want to be woken up.
Sounds good.
Fair.
Every
think
place
if-
has staff, right? Right?
Sure, Emily. Sure.
I think he's only one staff. It's man at front.
Just like grumbles about something or other. It's like, oh, great.
So remember, if walking into hallway, say skull.
Yeah. Okay, Ivan.
I actually do mean if I wake up in the middle of the night because you did not say skull, I will force you to sleep outside.
No, yes, okay. Fine.
It goes for all.
Hey.
I look at the innkeeper. I hope you have a wonderful
Oh no,
night.
we're
we did it
way
after
away
we
from
walked
the-
away from
Yeah.
him.
Yes, this is well after
Yeah.
the shot. You can do that before you leave, though.
Yes, I did. I did that. I did that, guys. I'm trying to not scare
She just
people.
walks back up to him. Hope you had a good night. Leaves again.
Yes. Good.
So yeah, as we are setting up, I will cast alarm on
Sounds
the
good.
hallway for our 4 rooms. So
Yeah. So you can probably, it's what, a 20-foot radius?
I believe so.
Or a 20-foot diameter? I don't remember.
I'll check. I think it's a 20-foot area.
Yeah.
So
So you could probably, more or less fit all of your doors into
yeah.
that
The
area.
thing is, if it doesn't hit the very back wall, that's fine. No one's coming from that direction.
Right.
It starts like just basically like maybe a foot before the first 2 doors and goes as far back as it will.
Sure. Yeah, that's fair. You can get the whole hallway in it. Like,
Yeah.
So they would have to get past the alarm to get to the back
Yeah.
doors anyway. So.
So
I'm just gonna go in my room and and meditate and go to sleep.
Okay.
The bugbears were fairly far north. You don't think they would honestly be able to find us down here?
I think if they truly dedicated, they'd be able to find us. I do not necessarily think that we have been leaving trail they can follow, or that they still are particularly concerned. But maybe is less for a specific bugbear and more for anybody else that maybe wants to come and sneak into the room. Maybe someone sees us get big winnings at tournament, wants to pick our pocket. Maybe is more vampire. I don't know.
That's fair.
It's simply security. Say skull if you enter hallway. Do not want to wake up.
You do also know from personal experience that bugbears are actually more or less native to Skybusko.
Sure.
I don't know that though.
Like I said, they'll be able to find us if they want to. It's less of a.
It was weird to see them that far.
Yeah.
Skyview skill or score tile?
Skybusko.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're the northern end of Skybusko, like in the mountains. Up
Okay.
there, but you know, they're the goblinoids native to the cold parts
Okay.
because they've got all the fur.
And also all the damages.
Yes, and all the giant axes.
Okay. Two beds.
That I think is good time.
We should keep the doors unlocked in case something does happen. We can like go run into the other person. Yeah, definitely keep the door unlocked, Emily.
I can open other doors. That's fine.
I can't.
Yeah, but you're with me.
I know, but Ivan can't. Emmeline can't.
I don't think a door is going to stop Ivan.
Is probably true.
Fine.
It's definitely not going to stop Amelie.
But Tessie.
Just crit the door down.
Unless I try like a high jump or something.
Just jump over the door. Oh wait, they're sealed.
I always wind up failing those checks. I fall flat on my ass.
Your athletics rolls have not been great.
No, they haven't.
It's okay. One day you'll roll a natural 20 and blast off into the stratosphere. Yes.
That's why I was trying to get. That's why I was trying to go into the bat guys. I wanted to fly.
I believe
I can fly.
Horrible.
What fuck are you? Get off me!
I polish up my armor and say some prayers to the marshal and head to bed.
Oh yeah. I probably also like make craft checks to clean blood and stuff off of it. Keep it looking nicer. Even though it's got holes in it again.
Certain people can prepare the mending spell and that sort of thing.
Do you ask me to?
Nope. I maintain my own armor.
Fair enough.
There we go.
You maintain your own armor, and it still looks pretty good.
I will leave the wolf heads with Ivan.
Excellent choice.
Best sleep I've had in weeks.
I mean, you're assuming that Ivan's not going to go into.
Don't say anything. You're in your own room. Shush.
Tessie just like looks around, walks into her room, and shuts the door.
Good night, Tessie.
she can't hear you through the door.
She gone. She gone.
Good night, Tessie.
She casts silence.
Nope. No more.
She heard us.
Yes, definitely.
She got it.
She got it. It's okay.
Okay.
All right.
So, you all get to your various rooms, and oh god,
Uh-oh.
and settle in for the night. And
What kind of saves am I rolling?
none of them.
Nothing.
You're fine.
Didn't actually
Not,
do anything. Didn't
not
actually do
strictly
anything to you
speaking
in the
related to you.
night. Yeah.
Oh, good.
Didn't actually do anything to you in the night.
Yes. So you all settle into your rooms for the night. The beds are not the best you've ever had.
I mean, they're beds.
Yeah.
I mean, it's Emily.
They are legally speaking beds. You could not sue them for false advertising because they said they had beds. But that's about the
It's
extent.
like,
I mean, it's not the ground.
Yes.
yeah, it's, you know, some straw with blankets over it. Like,
Yeah, basically is a wooden frame through like some canvas and then some straw and then some more canvas. and then something vaguely resembling a blanket.
I
fine.
miss Marshall's stand.
I miss Orm too.
Did we meet Orm? Yeah, we met.
Yeah, you met
A
him.
few times. Yeah.
You have your mattress to your best friend. What are you talking about?
I know.
Just not the same.
So, you all settle in to sleep.
Emmeline's shoulders can only approximate Orm's
Yeah.
Orm's pecs.
Yes.
Are you sure about that? Are you quite sure?
I mean, fairly sure.
Dave's queuing up for a music change. I'm a little concerned.
I don't like that dream thing.
Emily,
Oh, hey.
We're doing so great. Doing
no, wasn't it
so
nice?
great.
Wasn't it nice for you?
I was like, man, got my own room. Well, I have sort of my own room. There's no wolf skulls.
It
Nope,
just makes
dreams
it
are back.
just makes
Nope.
it less of your room without the wolf skulls.
Yeah.
Nope, they show up in your dream, Emily.
They're all talking to you.
So you go through your night. You're having kind of the normal dreams of talking wolf skulls floating. It's normal stress stuff.
Like you do.
And sometime during the night, you notice yourself, first of all, becoming more conscious of your surroundings, which is something that, with experience, you have noticed often happens before some kind of dream encounter. You become more lucid. And then your surroundings turn to blackness. And for a few moments, it's quiet like that. And this perfect kind of void of silence. And nothing but somehow you're still standing on something. And then, at the very edge of your hearing, you can hear whispers. From one direction, and then from another.
I was kind of hoping would be past these.
And then maybe 15, 20 feet in front of you, two little points of light spark into being. This glowing verdant green. And you can't really see anything around it, but they're oddly low to the ground.
You were supposed to be dealt with.
Doesn't say anything. The whispers continue at the edge of your hearing, but they aren't closing in the way they have in the past.
Might as well get this over with. I just start walking forward towards it.
Okay. So you just kind of brace yourself out of sheer stubbornness and frustration and start marching forward toward the 2 points of light. And as you get forward, you can just barely see the reflections of the light along like the top of cheekbones that are somehow lower than you, in spite of the fact that every time you've seen the Bramble Man, he's easily 6.5 feet tall.
Are they like closer together? Is it like scaled down, or is it just
No, they're just low. His head is still, the normal size, but they look maybe 4 feet off the ground.
Are you coming back to rub it in or something? What do you want?
Doesn't say anything.
just kind of out of frustration, just like walks right up to it.
Sure. You can almost feel the presence in front of you, even though you can't see. Like the way you can, if you get very close to a source of heat, you can feel it almost radiating the weird magical power of the Bramble Man. But it's not as intense as maybe you would have expected, being this close. Maybe it's an effect of the dream communication. But the
I don't
angle
know.
of the eyes change as you get closer, so that he's always kind of like looking up at you. So, as you get closer, the head tilts back.
I can't get any sense of emotion or anything, any intention.
Not really, because you can't even like see the
eyebrows.
Yeah, the face to go with it. You can tell that the sort of openness of the eyes changes a little bit, and there's blinking.
Could I roll like an occultism or a? I only have occultism and cults basically. Lower cults for anything that I could roll, to try and get a feel of like something about this whole situation seems off. But I mean, that's only from my experience of these dreams in the past. So.
Sure. It is reasonable to say that something about this experience feels off. There's definitely difference here. Also, you're feeling a lot less of the like impending doom that permeated a lot of the previous dreams, other than the ones when he was trying to be diplomatic.
If you have nothing to say, then stop wasting my time.
You see the eyes narrow ever so slightly. And then the dream ends.
Yeah, he left me alone.
And you find yourself back in whatever strange dreamscape, and slowly the sense of lucidity fades away until, the dreams become reality again. And eventually you wake up in the morning.
So I guess after that point, Emmeline's sleep gets fairly fitful. She does not stab you, so that's good.
There are
That's
no
good.
knives produced.
Okay.
The knives are not out.
Upon the next morning, just waking up, it's just like something is wrong. We need to talk to the others.
Did you have another dream?
In a shocking turn of events, yes.
Knew we should have kept the wolf heads. Told you they would have protected you, but you don't want to listen to me. It's fine.
I don't think the wolf heads would have warded this off.
It would have been fine, Emmeline. But you're so... Never mind, let's just go find the others.
So you get up out of bed and leave the room, and as you open the door, immediately outside the door
Skulls.
is an arch, carefully but somewhat ramshackly constructed out of wolf skulls, just like staring into the doorway.
Isn't it beautiful?
See, they did
Guys, we
work.
have problems.
Don't forget to say skulls on your way out.
I love my job.
This is like comes to a complete stop. It's just like, what are we?
They're not in the room, Emmeline.
Why do I even try with you people?
I got you.
Yes.
So I think
You didn't say skulls.
Do you walk in without saying skulls, by the way?
No, I say skulls.
Okay,
Okay.
good.
I said that when I first opened the door.
Yeah.
Before he had said about the skulls.
Uh-huh.
Oh, okay.
I'm checking just, well, yeah, I'll check the duration of the spell, because it might have just worn out.
it's hard to say, but either way,
But-
the password
but
is
it's-
said. So
So. The.
Skull Tower aside.
I'm just gonna give him a thumbs up.
I had another dream again.
Oh.
Just I walked out when I heard commotion.
Yeah.
Skulls. There you go. Skull.
What did he say?
He didn't say anything.
Why did he send a dream?
I don't know. It was the first time there's not been anything that's accompanied with it. Usually he has something to rub in my face, something to... This was the first time it was just the dream itself. All he did was stare at me. He was also, like, diminished somehow.
What do you mean?
Usually his eyes are... I mean, you know how tall he is. He was, he maybe only came up to about my shoulder. I don't know. I couldn't see anything except for his eyes. I don't know.
Do you know it was him? It was not.
Like, gives you, like, just a scathing glaze of, like... No. It was definitely, like, another god.
It was Tessie.
Maybe the
okay?
other god that attacked us and is a vampire and has the same eyes?
It's
Like-
red
his
eyes.
eyes are red.
Oh, okay.
Oh, okay. Yeah. It's like red... No, it was definitely him.
Okay.
Do you think it may have been a call for help?
I hope not. Why to me? Why would I go out of my way to help him?
Maybe you're only one he can reach.
That seems like a poor problem for him.
He did save us from Vampire God.
I'm not gonna go and try and help him against whatever crimes he committed against the Council of Gods.
I'm just kind of curious. It's probably best idea to not help him, but
Well, yes.
it might be worth at least looking, see if we can find more information on thing. His existence is weird enough. I simply want to know more about that.
We will be with you every step of the way, cousin.
Us and the wolf heads.
Not now, Scream.
It's like the wolf has what? Okay, focus. She like have to like rein her thought process back in and just like. But it's. I mean, we're in Scortile. We're nowhere near that. I don't know.
We don't know where he is.
We saw him get taken to.
We saw him
back
get
up the hill.
taken.
And
I don't know where gods have their secret god prison. I don't.
Roll religion.
God's here.
Do they have a determined location for their secret god prison? Is that?
The god prison.
Can I be religious enough to just know that? Like,
I can figure it.
It
I can
seems like a
ask
Marshall thing.
for it.
Marshall
It's
seems like
18.
the kind of guy that would imprison people.
You know that the gods are said to hang out on Marvesh when they're not on the planet. Maybe.
yeah, it's like
question
if
mark.
anywhere they were to have their own location for things like imprisoning another god, it would be on Marvesh. They wouldn't be in Marshall's stand. That's human city.
That's fair. But how do we get these to stop? I don't want to see him anymore.
I don't know. This is why we should learn more.
I am sorry these dreams are disturbing you again, cousin.
It's just every time we think we have something solved, we just find ourselves running around in another Another maze.
I'm gonna come up and give you a hug.
Thank you.
We'll need to ask Tessie when she recovers from goblin pox.
Not from me.
No, it was not from you. Probably from bite wolf from wolves.
Yeah.
Wolf bite, not clean.
Yeah, Tessie like pokes her head out of the room, pokes it back inside, closes the door.
Well, I guess we'll figure it out when we go back.
We'll need the research. In the meantime, I suppose should start head to monastery, da?
Duh. But first, breakfast.
Da, absolutely.
Breakfast is nice.
So, you go downstairs and you have more or less the Scortile version of a continental breakfast. There's like some, a couple of different kinds of bread and some fruits and nuts and things about. You get what might be something related to bacon. It's kind of like closer to like Canadian bacon.
It's not bacon, it's ham.
It's not quite ham either, though.
It's ham.
I can't believe it's not ham.
In any
It's
case.
not butter.
I'll grab food for me and Sparks.
Okay.
And I'll get some as well. Gotta kind of double down on the not Canadian bacon.
Sure. It's not bad. It's got kind of a gamey taste to it.
Is it owlbear bacon?
Who are you asking?
The innkeep?
No.
Oh.
And non-committally pokes at food.
The bread doesn't look bad. The grains that go into it might be a little bit odd, but
Well, it's nothing to do with the food. Mostly it's just like, can't deal with shit.
Cousin, I understand that you are upset, but we have a long day ahead of us, and I suggest you eat something. Just something small.
I'll try.
Thank you.
Just forces down at least something.
this is a bread, like a handful of nuts.
Just it's protein, it's fine.
There's pine nuts in there too. It's weird.
I'm while kind of eating, kind of muttering various prayers to myself and stuff, and you see me kind of just muttering to myself in Dwarvish, kind of while fiddling with my holy symbol.
You're preparing spells during breakfast. Okay.
It's multitasking.
The god of hedonism is allowing me my indulgence to be prayer.
Sure, the god of hedonism will allow your 50% vegan breakfast. But sure.
It is not by choice. I doubled down on the not Canadian
Sure.
bacon.
Oh, I grabbed the wolf skulls before we leave.
Sure.
Yeah.
Oh no, they were put back into the
Okay,
megaphone.
okay.
Not leaving
Yes,
them
you're
in the
not
arch.
leaving them in the hallway.
No.
Yeah, I did not
also
assume
be
that you
great.
guys just left them there. It would be kind of hilarious.
Especially after our conversation with the innkeep. Before.
You get immediately banned. Just did I say 11? I meant right fucking now. But yes, so you spend your morning eating and preparing and pulling things together, and I think that is probably a pretty good spot for us to take our break before you guys set out on your trip.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay, so we're going to be back in 10, maybe 15 minutes.
And yes, hello, Clio. We in fact upgraded all of our microphones shortly before stream, so
Woo! Yeah.
and all of yesterday.
Yes.
And it's been a process. But
yes,
hopefully we sound
we'll
way
talk more
better
about
now.
that when we get back from our break. I will go down our process a bit, but okay. So, but we will see you all very shortly. Okay, we are back. Thank you for sticking with us. God damn it,
Ivan has a show off.
Charlie.
I even
Charlie,
got one too.
the method actor. So a couple of quick things
Embrace the character.
before we. A couple of quick things before we dive back in. First of all, you might have noticed that we have a completely different audio setup.
Hello.
Hopefully, you like it better than our old audio setup because we are sure as fuck not going back.
It's very
First
nice
of all,
to not have
special
balls in
thanks
our
to our
face.
resident audio tech, Paul, who is responsible for at least the kind of design and layout of this setup.
I did it, you guys.
Yes.
Yay, Paul.
Figured it out.
We spent a lot of time yesterday making this work,
8 hours.
and then kind of a lot of time today making this work. So yeah, hopefully we sound better because our old setup had some problems.
Poor blobs.
It was very well intended and fairly well thought out, but
it was functional for what we had at the time.
yes,
The main thing I can use to describe it was affordable.
it was definitely affordable. By the way, if anybody needs an affordable mic, the Yeti or the Blue Snowball, it's not bad for $30.
Yeah, it does its job very well.
If anybody needs to put 6 microphones in a room, the Blue Snowball, it's not great.
We need some affordable mics. We may have some.
We got some mics. We got some snowballs. Oh, it sounds great. I'm so glad you think so.
I am happy
Yay.
to
Because we worked really hard for this.
It was a lot.
My sanity frayed a little bit.
Combination of blood, sweat, tears, and eggnog.
Yes.
Yes.
Other things. This Friday, we are doing our first official couch stream. Some of you saw us play Untitled Goose Game a couple of months back when our normal stream was offline. And that was super fun, so we decided we would do that all the time.
I very much
So-
wanted to return to that.
Starting this Friday, and then every first and third Friday thereafter, we are going to be doing a couch stream where some number of us hang out on a couch and play a game of some kind. And sometimes it's going to be like Untitled Goose Game. Sometimes it'll probably be like a board game. Sometimes it'll be like Jackbox games, which we need to do some Jackbox.
Definitely need to
But-
do some Jackbox games.
so
will always be
hopefully you
drinking
all
involved.
can tune in with us for that. And they'll all, of course, be on YouTube. If you are watching on YouTube, we will be putting those up so that you can join us for the hilarity at that point. Without risking tripping over any Twitch regulations, we enjoy partaking of certain drinks during the process of couch streams. So you may
Pure
find
water.
us even more humorous during those than we would normally be.
Yes.
Let me
I think
just say
slapstick is the proper term,
the
but
last
Yes.
time, yes, slap happy, like punch drunk, perhaps. The last
I'll
time
be punch drunk.
the last time we did a couch stream, I made a drink I called Winter in Adeland, and
super good.
Winter in Adeland had a profound effect on us personally,
spiritually, philosophically,
Yes.
mentally.
probably primarily mentally.
So anyway, hopefully you all.
We were way smarter on that under that than we normally are. So
Yes.
you know,
Hopefully you all will join us for those, and that's going to become a regular thing.
because we got nowhere to go but up.
And fairly soon we should be able to announce a couple of other things that will fill some other Fridays.
Yup.
It's gonna be super cute.
It's going to be sweet. So yeah, we're going to have more content for you upcoming. So I think with that, do we have anything else we need to talk about?
Nope,
No, I don't think so.
Nope.
Not on the mid. On the mid.
So,
Okay.
no?
With that, we will dive back in.
Yeah, boy.
I should really start keeping a list of that sort of.
Maybe recorded.
So, you all, when we left for the break, you all had just finished your breakfast and pulling together supplies for a trip back out of Irsank toward the Tokdemir Monastery, the largest monastery of Scortile. Is there anything else you guys need to do?
I need to go to a leather working shop.
Okay.
I'm going to just look around and see if they have any shops of like magic items,
They
weapon
certainly
stores,
do.
that kind of stuff. Looking.
Funny story, because Scortile has a larger concentration of adventurers, they also have a larger concentration of shops intended for adventurers. And there are almost no singing chandeliers in any of them.
That's
Aw.
a shame.
But singing chandeliers, man.
Do they have
I
swinging
know what kind of
chandeliers?
shop we should start.
Singing
That's
with-
right, bone carving.
Maybe.
They do have bone carving shops, though.
Competition is a saturated market.
Gotta burn
should
down
say-
the competition.
They do have some shops where you can find carved bone. Whether or not they are personally carving the bone is a different question.
I have a question.
Yes.
Should I try to find like I feel like I want to make a better impression at this new monastery, so I want to find a place where I can get my robes tailored to be like a little nicer.
Okay.
Would there be a shop for that?
Sure, there's clothiers.
Okay.
It's, I mean,
for
it's the
that.
largest city in the country, so yeah. they've
I
got-
have crafting specifically for clothing stuff.
Should also find other clothes to wear while that's
Noble
going
and
on.
seamstress.
That's just what you do as a noble. That's why I have craft machine. Also to fix my armor. and
Noble
stuff.
ladies and needlework go hand in hand.
Yes.
What was the second question? I'm sorry. You should get other clothes to wear? Yes.
Yeah.
It's not a bad idea.
You should look
I mean,
flashy.
you are wearing Cadian colors of the martial, kind of the same thing.
You should definitely look very flashy for all of the cloistered monks.
No, I said like while I'm getting my clothes tailored, because this is basically what I have.
That's
Just
fair.
be naked.
It is kind of the only clothing you possess.
Right.
Which we never really discussed the logistics of.
Nope.
But it's a fantasy role-playing game.
It's like a combination of rivers and prestidigitation.
Yes.
When she smells too bad, she notices Ivan just casting spells on her periodically.
We don't think about the logistics of washing clothing.
see.
That's for AD&D.
Yes.
Your clothing has individual dirtiness zones. So
Also, prestidigitation, you only get to cast that once a day if you want. At level 1 anyway.
Yeah.
yes, that too.
I mean, it's the outfit that I've had, so I obviously I know how to wash it, but
Sure.
it is very worn. So
So yeah, you can get your robes fixed up. Get some of the holes patched from and some of the
finding electrified wolves and
right
crap.
some of the enduring stains from getting bitten in the neck by a giant vampire bat that you were trying to wrestle.
Bleeding.
Why would you
profusely
make
on
that
things.
joke?
That's not a joke. It really happened. I was there.
We watched
He
that
was the
happen.
bat.
No, I'll leave it alone.
But yeah, I'm going to look for any magic item shops and peruse them
Sure.
to see what's available.
Okay. So you wander into a shop. There is
The name of the shop.
springing things on me, Charlie.
Yup.
Yes. there is the name of a shop called the Hobbled Owlbear.
Yes, I dig it.
And the store sign is literally an owl bear who's leaned over slightly, and it has a little owl bear cane.
That's adorable.
That's adorable.
And you walk inside, and there is a tiefling woman standing behind the counter. Surrounded. The place has shelves, and there's various items on them.
How many arms does she have?
The tiefling woman,
Yes.
she has 2 arms.
Okay.
Yes. She is also not violet skinned the way the cleric was.
People can hide their skin color. You can't hide their missing arm.
They can hide that too, actually.
It's actually not even particularly hard for a reasonably leveled
I
cleric.
don't have Arcana. I don't know this.
But with the best German engineering.
But yeah, she looks up. She's got sort of navy bluish kind of skin.
Okay. Yes, hello. I am looking for Whatever is interesting. Maybe something that can hobble an owlbear, perhaps.
Well, we've got all of your normal weaponry. If you're just looking for something for stabbing.
It's never not looking for something for stabbing.
We've got a lot of stabbing implements. Spears, swords, lots of axes. They really like axes down here.
I'm more sword person myself, but I can appreciate a good axe.
You like a pole axe? We've got pole axes.
I mostly go with bastard sword.
Oh, okay. I don't think we've got any bastard swords. We've got long swords, great swords.
What
You don't
about,
get that many of the in-between swords.
Well, what other kind of magic trinket do you have?
Oh well, we've got
Browsing.
some of your alchemical things. If you need health potions or, potions that make you faster.
Of curiosity, do you have... And faster is good. I do like that. You have any potion does a stronger heal?
Like a better health potion.
The wand. Apology.
Yeah, we've got wands. I think we've got wands of healing.
Wand of stronger heal would be...
I'll take a look. She'll kind of duck back into a back door, and she keeps a foot in the door to keep it propped open. You can hear her shuffling through some stick sounding kinds of things. And she comes out holding 2 wands. Yeah, it's that one.
You gonna take it? Is it that one?
Yeah, it's a wand of what, level 2 healing?
The wand
Okay.
chooses the wizard.
Heal. Damn it. So,
Turns out Emmeline was undead.
Oh, no!
Turns out it
Knew
just
it.
heals the owlbear on
Yes, it
the.
only heals owlbears. It's a wand of owlbear healing.
How much is for?
Oh, this is where David forgets what level 2 wands cost.
Yeah,
Somebody wants to grab the book for me real quick.
the book.
Das
Bring
Tome.
out the tome.
Double check real quick.
We need to have like a book stand for it.
Yes.
Have it out.
I keep saying we need like a lectern,
Yeah.
the front of a big church.
In the meantime,
toadium?
were there any interesting items, like unique
Yes.
things that caught my eye?
We've got a couple of necklaces that do some various things. We've got some very nice cloaks and boots.
Boots, you say.
What the? Did anyone come with me, by the way, or am I? You did come
I
with me?
assume that people just kind of wander along. People have a tendency to just show up in scenes. So,
I'm looking for a tailor.
That sounded
I
extremely
mean-
passive aggressive.
Look,
You guys just show up in
just,
scenes anyway.
This
So.
is reality. I'm just living the life I'm given.
I need the bag of holding, and then I'll leave.
So I'll start looking over some of the cloaks and boots and stuff, and what do some of the boots do?
Specifically, you've got some normal adventuring boots, but then there is
You want us to look up
specifically
the wands while you're answering questions about magic
Sure.
items?
check wands for me. I went to the. Well, now I'm answering his questions while he is.
I can listen.
Specifically,
Oh,
there is
yeah, I can do it.
a set of boots that make one excellent at jumping. Yeah, in fact, I'll say it in character. I'm not distracted. We've got these boots that are great for if you
Walking?
need to go jumping.
How? In what way? Jump farther, or just?
Oh, you could jump farther. You could jump higher. I don't know what kind of jumping you like to do. Dwarves don't normally do the jumping. Do you like
I'm
jumping?
not so much in the jumping.
That's a shame.
Maybe I just don't have
It's-
the right boots.
Yeah, well, these boots they fit a dwarf real nice, so you could do some jumping. You'd probably jump better than a normal person. Not that dwarves aren't normal, but you know what I mean.
Normal height. No,
Yeah, with normal
He's not so
Person
fragile as to be
legs.
offended by
Person like
dwarves being short. I know dwarves being short. That's a good thing. Low center of gravity. Don't
exactly.
get
It's
knocked
very
me over.
difficult to knock down. Very good.
Duh.
I'd see that maybe this is just what you need because you've got that low center of gravity, so you'd land real good.
It's perhaps true. What other kind of boot though? Is maybe better for
Well, we have
companion
some of
members.
your normal like boots that. Oh, where did I put the other boots?
What level spell?
Two.
160 gold.
Yep.
We just got paid 300.
We've
so-
got these boots that make you a little bit more springy. I mean, they're also good for jumping, but they're also good for things that aren't jumping. You know, if you've got to like go springing around, doing what's that word the elves have? Parkour. If you've got to do some of that parkour, it's very good for that.
I'd be interested in those boots.
Parkour.
How much are those?
Those ones
Parkour,
are
parkour.
145 gold.
Okay.
I'm interested a bit in anything make me either more sturdy or is good with magic. These two things I
with
suppose really
magic.
would look at.
I don't know that I have anything like that other than wands. We've got a couple of staffs. If you
Not
like
a
staffs,
staff thing, but
they
Scream might like
cast
staffs.
more spells.
we might like so.
Well, I mean, it's not for hitting things. You could hit something with
Duh,
it if
no,
you like,
I mean,
but it's
for-
good for the casting spells.
What kind of staff do you have?
I think we've got a staff of healing. If you'd rather have that than a wand of
No,
healing.
wand work better for me. but-
Got a staff that does a lot of like mental magic things. Good for influencing people.
Do you happen to have staff of anything with fire?
Yeah. got a burning staff.
What does it do?
It burns things. I don't
It
cast
burns
magic
things.
myself, so I don't
I
know.
just mean, does like
it does-
create.
You can make small fire, and then you can make more fire. It burns things.
Would you
Okay.
take a look at it?
I think
Just
this that might be a good thing for speed. Anything shield wise?
I've got a range of
normal.
of shields. Some of them are quite sturdy. We got one of those mithril shields not too long ago.
And those are nice. I think current shield is quite
real
good,
light.
so but
Yeah.
if you had something exceptional, maybe I'd look. But
What kind of cloaks do you have?
Well, we've got one cloak that makes you good at being sneaky.
might not be bad.
That cloak. There it is. Yeah, it makes you real quiet. And it's got some magic things it can do.
Oh, that's kind of interesting. What else do you have? if you have them. I mean, it's not a huge concern.
Mostly alchemical things right now. I could also probably get things.
What is
special
potion
ordered.
of go fast you talk about?
Oh yes. Well, it makes you about half again as fast as most people for a while.
How much?
That one's only like 25 gold.
That's not bad at all.
It's
And-
great if you need to get somewhere real quick.
Let me start kind of like I take the bag of holding and start kind of shuffling around and I just checking a couple of things here and there.
We've got a necklace if you like to talk real good.
That's not a bad idea. You like to talk pretty words at people. What do you think? Do you need?
I'd like to talk words at people, but
This one's a little bit specific. It's made for talking specifically with trolls. I mean, it's good for a lot of things, but it's specifically it'll let you talk to trolls.
Are there a lot of situations in which you want to talk to trolls?
You'd be surprised. There's a fair amount of trolls in the areas around here.
Are they good conversationalists?
I don't know. I don't speak troll if I don't wear the necklace. But
how much is that one?
that one is 200 gold.
Do you guys think we'll have much reason to talk to trolls?
I don't think talking is primary concern when meet a troll.
But it also helps you understand people in general. It's good for knowing stuff about how people work, how people live.
I'm not impartial to the boots.
I think potions sound good. I think Staff of Burning sound good. I think Wand of Better Heal could be nice to have.
All of those are useful, but the fire and the healing are things we already do.
I think healing is least of concern. I think staff might sound good.
We could tell Bree and see if
How-
Scree and see if she's interested in. Personally, I could use a new set of boots, but the necklace is also.
Did any of those boots?
potentially.
You had boots of the parkour thing, though. Is it something you do?
Need to compensate for that athletic score somehow, or that strength score somehow. It's certainly not something that would be outside of what I've done before. Might
Okay.
be a useful thing.
Would also not necessarily be bad for your cousin either.
That's true.
Wand, I think, is least concern. Would be nice to have, but is least concern. I think staff could be good for Scree. I think if she have more burning, it would make her happy. I think also is matter of being able to do more burning seems like something that she would be able to use to great effect.
Would you mind if we examine the staff for a little bit?
Sure.
How much is staff, by the way? I do not believe we got price.
It's only like 60 gold.
That's not much
It's,
at all.
it's a pretty basic staff.
Potion of
gonna-
moving more sounded like possibly good investment too, and it was cheap.
If she lets me examine it, I will make an identify check.
Yeah.
With the color.
She pulls out basically this like blackened length of wood. It's about scree sized actually. In terms of length, it's about scree length long.
26 to identify it.
Yeah, it's a staff of fire. It allows you to cast produce flame and burning hands.
Ooh.
I mean, produce flame she can do at will.
Sure.
Burning hands is a level 1 spell.
Yeah.
Up to level 3 spell because I can make it higher. I don't know if that
You
works
you
in
can't
wand or
you
staff.
can't elevate or heighten staff spells,
Okay.
but you can cast a spell a number of times equal to your highest level spell.
Okay.
So your highest level right now is level 3. So you could cast 3 casts of burning hands. If it was a level 2 spell, you could cast 1 level 2 spell and another level 1 spell.
Cool.
So
I guess question is, do we think Scree might run out of fire at some point?
I haven't seen her run out of fire yet.
I mean, you did some fire magic thing for a bit.
actually, I'm gonna double check to see if you can. Right?
Okay.
Other staffs. I'll
There was
make
little
sure.
time.
I don't think you
could,
can.
but
I'll double
That
check.
mostly came from the Bramble Man.
if you think is maybe concerned that is time she might have long fight, does not have fire and need more.
It seems unlikely to me, but perhaps we
Okay.
ask Scree.
What other staffs do you have? Anything more generalist, maybe?
I can check.
Because Scree does have a lot of fire.
People making me dig deep.
Could always use
If we
more
don't have any
fire.
other, we just maybe get boots, get potion.
Would we want to splurge on that necklace?
Depend on how much necklace is useful outside of troll.
Would it be
Speak
a-
to
how
troll
much-
specifically, not the most useful thing. Other bits, I don't really know.
Is there much societal knowledge about trolls?
Well, not commonly, and that's why people like the necklaces.
Well,
But
I
it's
meant
good
for checks wise if I was rolling checks.
Oh, if you were rolling checks, the thing is a flat society virus.
No, not the item. I'm saying.
Without
Oh,
the item.
I'm sorry. Yes. Yeah, you could roll society for trolls.
Nat 20.
Oh man,
Dang.
do you know about trolls?
The
I mean-
Acadians are famous for vanquishing trolls.
I mean, probably you probably heard stories of like your father vanquished some trolls who were fucking up South Acadia.
And learned about their society when pillaging their village. Like
Right.
Jesus.
It's the
there's some good
you know
books
quite a
on
bit about
fire. Write it
trolls.
down.
There's a vast variety of trolls that live in all sorts of different areas. They tend toward the edges of of society, but there's trolls. How they gather among themselves can vary from place to place, but they have, trolls have a society,
Yeah.
more or less.
Some of them are lanky Jamaican and joined the horde. It's close.
I will not be doing any Lincoln Jamaican accents on this show. That is my campaign promise.
That one was 200.
Yeah.
But society bonuses.
Do we think troll is
Do you-
something we will want to interact with in terms of talking?
Might involve not fighting it.
I think is that better option?
I don't particularly want to fight a troll, but
Don't particularly want to talk to a troll.
that's fair. Okay. I'll look at the boots then. Those were 140 something.
145.
Yeah.
For the parkoury boots, 340 for the bouncy boots.
Which one was the one that gave you a bonus on athletics?
It's acrobatics.
Parkour.
X1
Oh,
bonus on
acrobatics?
acrobatics.
I do not need acrobatics. I need athletics.
Okay.
Is there one for athletics, or did I just get these
Yes, the
things?
bouncy boots are a +2 to athletics, but specifically for jumping.
Oh, only jumping?
Maybe we just save money
Yeah.
for now.
Yeah.
Let's try other things. I do think potion is good.
Potion's good.
We can stock up on potion. Maybe get a larger potion of healing as well to have. In fact, do you have anything anti-venoms, anti-poisons, anti-things like...
Of course.
Anti-disease potion, thing
Yeah.
like that. We don't actually have any of those at the moment.
All the normal ones.
Let's get 2 anti-venom, 2 anti-disease. 2 anti-poison, 2 anti-disease. And run fast potion. And the
Okay.
rest we
Curses.
save money on?
Do you have anything
Is there
that counters
anti-curse
curses?
potion?
Curses?
Anti-curse potion
I
would be.
don't. I'm not an alchemist myself, so I don't know if that's something alchemy can do.
I don't dabble much in it, so I was
I
just
do not
curious.
either. So let's just do what we have. Save money. See what else we can do. Maybe have.
Oh, I do also have a necklace that helps when you want to research things that are a little odd. Weird magic.
Okay. Well, we do want that one.
I forgot about that one.
How much would that one be?
That one's only 60 gold. It's fairly minor.
Okay. Now we definitely want that
absolutely.
one.
It whispers horrible secrets and
So
tears. The normal
it
stuff.
It is what?
I'm about it.
Well, it seems like normal necklace of weird thing. Duh. So is
And if you do find any alchemists, I've got some goggles for them.
2 anti-venom, 2 anti-disease.
I'm trying to
I
figure out if
I have 4.
No, oh, okay.
What kind of
I was trying to decide if that was a 13 or a 17, and I can't read my
Are
I
you
own.
have
asking or is
7.
it
I
Bree
got
asking?
4. I got 4. you see.
Because Scree can ask questions. Bree has to
not
look at the book
there.
herself.
I thought we can say that we went and got you for the fire staff if you would like.
Sure.
Well, I will ask you after we bought things.
She will show you a pair of goggles that is used for crafting alchemy specifically,
Didn't you have?
and also
Crap.
it makes helps you with targeting alchemical bombs.
Oh,
You're just gonna wear like 6 sets of goggles. They're just like out to here on your face. You're like, hey guys.
Don't judge me.
Technically, the system doesn't stop you from stacking multiple items in the same slot. I might stop you though.
Cut them in
But
half.
Dave-
Wear half of the goggle here and half the
Monocle of alchemical alchemy, and then
which honestly seems more fitting for alchemists,
Is
but
the 4 gold for the
goggles of
Weirdness
alchemy
researching?
thing.
60 gold for the weirdness researching necklace.
Right, we
25
definitely
for
want
the potion. I am looking for anti-venoms real quick.
How much were the
Anti-venom and
goggles?
anti-sick, anti-disease as well. We do want both. Is
Let me
a
double
couple
check
of
and make
each.
sure I'm not wearing a
We
necklace
actually
of any
have
kind.
a few potions of heal thing. And I have plenty of magic, so
Yeah.
I think we're okay on that set.
I think so as well.
But the
And we have those new
disease and poison are going to be
Anti-plagues,
useful. At
which
least
give
to
a
have on
variable
hand.
bonus to saves against diseases.
Хорошо.
Those are based on the lesser one is +2 at 3 gold, and then it scales up. +3 is 35, +4 is 160, and so on. So I don't know how much of a
2
bonus you
plus
want.
2, I think, is good.
2 of the +2 ones, so that's going to be
Duh.
6 gold for them.
Okay, I pay that, and
And you need anti-poison.
the
Basically the same scaling for them. You got +2 at 3, +3 at 35, and so on.
I like 3 a lot better than 35 for only single buff. So I do 2 of the +2 ones for that
So
as
that's
well.
total of 12 gold for that.
12
And
gold total, huh?
the anti-poisons give you a bonus to your fortitude saves for 6 hours. The anti-diseases give you or anti-plagues give you a bonus to your fortitude save for a day. Because, diseases only make one save.
2 of each of those. Potion of Run Fast was how much?
For 25.
Ah.
You want me to throw?
You get the next in.
Fair enough.
And then you want the Pendant of the Occult.
Yep.
Duh. And you get that one, I think. He seems good for
It is in the
future
shape
endeavor,
of an
huh?
unblinking eye.
Yeah, buddy.
So you get that one.
How much money do we have left?
Money.
Gold.
A lot.
I don't have
got-
anti-poison and anti-venom or anti-plague cards, but I can make them for you if you want them.
How much is it?
I don't think it's.
I did not write down how much.
They're pretty
Oh,
straightforward.
we all
Yeah.
got 6 platinum for the combat, roughly.
6
Or like
platinum
63
plus... Yeah, 6 platinum, like 3-ish gold.
Yeah.
I'll double check.
So I just spent my winnings on that.
Yeah, basically.
I-
You used your winnings to buy a
More
weird
call shit.
eye necklace.
I will head out and. Where were you going? Did you say where you were going?
Well, I took the bag of holding and I was going to go to first the bone crafting shop.
Sure.
Okay.
You walk in there and there's, it's not a bone crafting shop. It's like
Bone selling.
a sort of... Weirdly, you don't find a shop that says bone selling place on it. You can find like a leatherworking
Shame.
sort of place that might, use things other than leatherworking. There's a couple of like sundry odds and ends kind of shops that you could try in if you wanted.
I was thinking about maybe like a place where I could sell them one of the big wolf heads.
It's a
You want a
possibility.
giant wolf head? I got a giant wolf head.
It can
Check
go
it
like
out.
this.
I thought you were carving then. Weren't you making stuff?
I was making like wood pauldron and then like 2 breastplates out of the smaller ones, but I don't really need the other large one.
You like shoulder, yeah.
But
Yeah, pauldron.
yeah, but will Emmeline use both of them?
I
She
mean,
wants
I thought the big one was
that
going to be a helmet,
asymmetrical
wasn't it?
look that's all the rage right now.
It's too big for my head.
Also, that
Goblin heads are pretty big.
That dex penalty for wearing armor.
Dave,
Yeah.
how big would the big wolf head be on my head? If
The big wolf head?
Yeah.
It's like half the size of your body.
The big wolf head's like this.
So
big.
are goblins' heads.
No, first of all,
Wow.
she is not a balloon head goblin. She's not like she isn't one of the
Thanks.
football head paizo goblins.
I'm a cute goblin.
Yes,
Goblin head.
there are football head paizo goblins on the planet. She is not one of them.
Shut up, football head.
Yeah, see, that's why I want to sell one of them.
Football head. Sorry. I like Hey Arnold. It's a fun show.
It is a fun show.
It's a good show.
Arnold, confirmed goblin.
I mean, wow. Is that what you think of us?
That's what I think of the balloon head goblins.
Racist.
Also accurate, but racist.
It's okay, Scree. You're one of the good ones.
It's okay, Amelie. You're one of the good half-orcs.
Staying away from that one. Out of character, hands off of that one.
Anyway,
Yes. Anywhere that looks like I could sell the one of the gigantic wolf heads.
there's a couple of places that might buy them. It's hard to say.
I'll try one of them randomly.
So, do you want a sundry shop or do you want like a crafting leatherworking kind of shop?
Maybe like a crafting one.
Okay.
They might appreciate my abilities. I don't know.
So you find this little kind of well, first of all, roll me a like a perception check or a society check if you are particularly inclined.
Perception. 25.
Okay. So you find this little shop. It's kind of a little hole in the wallish,
Okay.
stuck in between like a tavern and like a horse stables. It's a little almost shack that butts right up against them, which is weird here. There's not that many places that are like squished because there's a fair amount of room. But there it is, and over the door is a sign with painted letters. Not super neat. It's in Orcish,
I can read Orcish.
but you read Orcish,
for some
and
reason.
it says the stretched skin.
Perfect.
Ugh.
I will walk in.
In Orcish, obviously.
Right.
And you walk in, and there, behind the counter, is a goblin. It's this older-looking goblin, and he's fairly tall as goblins go. And he's got sort of like almost yellowish skin, a little mottled.
Okay.
Yes.
Is he talking to me in Goblin? Or like,
No, I mean, he starts in Orcish because he just doesn't even really like look up at you at first. He just
That's
kind of
a
hears the door going,
Quick
yes.
question: how long does it take to change a prepared spell? Can you change a prepared
You
spell?
cannot.
Okay.
There's a specific class features of specific classes that let you change.
Okay.
You are doomed forever.
If it is a spell that you could reasonably have been like, oh hey, I probably should have done that instead.
It
I'll
is,
let
but I'm not
slide.
gonna.
Okay, that's fine.
I'll start walking up and kind of like digging through the bag to get the bigger wolf head and be like, in Orcish, yes, I was looking to see if you guys would be interested in buying this from me. I crafted it myself, skinned it, killed it, everything.
Where'd you get one of them wolf heads?
In the woods. I think was it in the woods?
Yes.
Yes, in
I
the
couldn't
woods.
remember if it was woods or swamp either.
Yeah.
Yes, you guys never actually went through the swamp. this
Okay.
time.
Yeah, because we
Just
went around the
skirted
Right.
woods, right?
We avoided the swamp because it's a swamp.
Right. Scortile Woods, you know, the nice electric type of wolf. Killed it
Yeah.
myself.
Did ya?
I did.
How'd you do that?
Goblin power.
Good answer. So you want to sell one of these?
Yeah. If you're interested in buying it, I'll also buy some leather from you.
Well, I could trade you for some leather.
Okay. How much leather would this buy me?
How much do you want?
Damn goblin.
It's like 5 minutes of the two goblins just like squinting at each other. Like,
Barter culture.
Well, you see, I have another big one and then 2 small ones, and I wanted to make some armor out of them. So how much do you think I would need for that? And then extra because this thing took a lot of time to kill. Almost died twice.
I'll give you. What size armor do you want?
Well, one's like a pauldron.
Did you bring all 4 of them?
Yes.
Yes.
Can you carry all 4 of them?
Sure.
I
You
took
can
the
be covered.
bag.
She took the bag of holding.
You took the bag?
Yes.
I would not have let you take the bag. I'm just
I would
letting
have
you know.
asked nicely, and if not, then I would have made you come with me.
Just saying, logistically, I don't think you can carry 6 bulk of skulls.
But
you can carry up to 10 books as long as she gave you her
She has
staff.
negative strength score.
She gave you literally
She has up to
everything
8.
she possessed. Like, I don't think she has a negative strength, right?
Do you?
Goblins still
No.
got a negative strength.
Oh,
I
they
have
don't?
a 0 strength.
Yeah.
Oh, well, how much bulk can you carry? 10 then?
10.
Oh, well, then she probably can carry all. So you
10.
just,
So up to
Fine.
up to 12 total. Anything more than 7 is going to incur in
so she's just been wandering in the
Fine.
city with like
Yes.
skulls just strapped over
Yeah.
her body,
Yeah.
like hauling these giant.
Yeah, she probably had to like
Okay.
her staff.
Yeah.
Like,
Hold this, Ivan.
into the.
Sparks has to fly along
Very
beside you
Yes.
because he can't actually carry his like half a bulk.
Right.
And Sparks just like wandering along behind you.
Yeah.
Waddle, 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 waddle.
Wada, 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 wada.
And then I wanted to turn the 2 little ones into like breastplates for goblin-sized
Oh,
stuff.
okay.
Yeah.
Well, that'd probably be. I could give ye like 3 yards of good tan leather,
Okay.
because that's a nice skull.
Can I make like a lie to me check to see if he's
Sure.
bullshitting me? Okay.
I feel like most bartering is deception rolls.
21.
Seems legit.
Okay.
Seems like not unreasonable. I mean, you don't really know the value of a crackling wolf skull,
Right.
but Sure.
Do I know if that's going to be enough to make what I want to make?
Yeah, it should be.
Okay. Yeah, okay.
Now, do you need fastenings?
Yes.
Okay.
Can you just lump them into the sum of that, Goblin to goblin. I'll come back every time I'm in town. You'll be the only one I ever go to.
If you give me the carved one.
That one's for my friend. I told her it would protect her, goblin traditions. It scared the shit out of her.
Then.
Yes. You get me. Scaring the elves is fun, isn't it?
Oh, it's an elf.
Oh, yes.
He just reaches down and pulls up a handful of fastenings. It's like, clunk.
I love how Paul isn't here for this.
I know.
And then he takes the skull, which is still pretty big for him.
Yes.
And is hauls it down off of the counter.
Oh, great.
Seems like we had some good rolls to actually clean it, So
Yeah.
it's probably actually pretty-
I mean, she could get
It's
a
nice.
natural 20 crafting roll on the last part of it. So,
It's a beautiful skull.
and then he,
You
goes
missed it,
into
Paul.
the back and hauls out a bunch of leather. It's not all in one piece, but it's a fair amount of tanned leather.
Great. I don't really have any leather tools. Can I? I'll buy them off of you. I won't make you lump them in there unless you want to help me out for scaring an elf, a dwarf, and a half orc.
That's a little expensive
Okay, I figured.
for elf-related mischief charity.
Okay, that's fine. Yeah, you missed that, Paul.
Great. We got some stuff to look forward to.
Yeah.
Got it. Understood.
All right. Well, how much would those tools be? Just so I'm more prepared.
Well, let's see. If you want,
I'm just going to pretend it's from a good place. She can't worry about the Bramble Man if she's too stressed out about what I'm doing.
it's
Yeah, because I love you.
if you want some good, solid leatherworking tools, it's gonna be 4 gold.
Okay, that's fine.
You say, okay, that's fine, and you squints at you slightly.
Why are you squinting at me?
Oh, nothing.
Were you lying to me?
No.
Can you lie to me?
Sure.
Oh, that's cocked.
Sure.
20.
It's not because he's lying to you.
What's wrong?
You don't get that many people in here that have that kind of money to throw around casually, if you get my meaning.
You could just-
I totally exploded someone in the arena the other day.
Oh, that
Yeah.
makes more sense.
Yeah.
And I guess if you go around killing wolves,
Yeah. With my bare hands and a little fire.
how much fire's a little fire?
Oh, a lot.
That's much better.
I know.
You look like one of them char hides.
I am.
The body entirely covered in burn scars gave it away.
It's the lack of burn scars that's important with char hides.
The lack of burn scars, from what I understand, is from all of the burn scars already accumulated.
Yes.
After a while, it's just a callus.
Yeah.
The entirety of skin. Just a cow.
Can you recommend any other good way to fuck with her? Anything I could add? Any symbols that you can think of?
Well, are you trying to violently?
No, not violently. She's kind of my friend. I sleep on her at night,
Is this a lover's quarrel?
Well, it's like a companionship quarrel.
Okay. Well, no, I don't know that much about elves, Miss Elf.
Okay.
And the Korean M shipping begins.
What have I done?
Bold of you to assume it hasn't already.
Emily, she sleeps on you at night and gets disappointed when she can't.
That is the extent of our relationship.
I see. I see how it is.
Aw, did you want to be in love with me?
You only want me for my body.
I mean, you're not wrong, but... well, thank you. I'll make sure to tell all my goblin friends about this place. All 2 of them.
And you know, you've probably got other friends. Not just goblins that need leather and such.
I mean, I have like 3, 4 maybe. I have Orm, but he's in. Never mind. Anyway, yeah, I'll tell them all about you. Make sure we come back and stuff. Thanks.
Good luck.
Thank you. I'll
Good
leave.
luck on your normal quest. Yes, fuck with your friends.
On your completely reasonable outing
Yes.
to make armor specifically for horrifying your party mates.
He gets me.
So, anything else before you all leave town?
Tailoring?
Yes, yeah. We can get you tailoring done. I mean, are you looking for any specific alteration to it?
Well, I've never gotten things tailored before.
If only there was somebody in your party who was extremely familiar with clothes tailoring.
Listen. How often do you think you and I talk about clothes?
I'm just saying, Emmeline looks fine 100% of the time.
Yes. You've definitely seen Emily repairing her armor and such.
Okay. Just cleaning, taking care of the holes, making sure it looks less worn.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, you can find, honestly, all sorts of places that are... I'm kind of stuck in the accent. You can find all sorts of places that are meant for, mending clothes and things like that.
Any of those places also sell other clothes so that I'm not like...
It's a different question. So,
Okay.
if you're looking for a good clothing shop, make a perception or society check for me, please.
Society.
Probably gonna go perception. Probably perception.
Need more lessons in society.
That's 24.
Okay. You have to wander around a little bit, but eventually you find a place that has a sign above it called the Dapper Bugbear.
It's not the bugbears here.
Solid.
No, it was Owlbear the
It was
first time.
Albert.
Yeah.
Owlbear the
Oh,
first
oh.
time.
What's up with
yes.
bears?
Bears.
Noun bear.
Yes. In
Oh my god, they have
Orcish,
beats too.
in Orcish, they
bear.
don't actually
They have
share
bears
any part
and
of their
beats,
name.
and the only thing they need is Battlestar Galactica, and then it'll be perfect.
What?
Bear beats
Bears
Battlestar
beats-
Galactica.
The Office.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
Didn't watch The Office.
I get you, Morgan.
Thank you.
Nope. Meow.
So, anyway.
Arwoosh.
And there you see like little mannequins in the front of the shop that have like little outfits on them, and one of them is like kind of vaguely bugbear shaped. It's not great carving, but you suppose from the name it's probably meant to be a bugbear.
That looks like that might fit me. I do not know. So I walk in. Do you all clothe bugbears?
The only person that you immediately see is an orcish woman behind, or maybe half orcish. She's fairly small. I mean, like you-sized small, but small for an orc. And she looks up from where she's kind of bent over a bunch of cloth, pinning. She looks up. What was that?
You have a mannequin in the shape of a bugbear, correct?
Oh, yes.
Do you clothe bugbears?
Not normally. That is just for it's like a gimmick.
Oh. What is a gimmick?
Oh no.
It's when you have like a theme that you are trying to follow so that people pay attention to you. Like this.
Scree.
She sort of waves her hand at your like monk attire. This is like a gimmick.
She's talking down about your monk order right there. Beat her up.
No.
Kill her, take her things.
I'm not you.
I did not kill that goblin, thank you.
No.
But you thought about it.
If you would like clothes that like a bugbear would wear, we could do that for you. Do you like the idea of looking like a bugbear?
No. I was simply confused. I do not normally find myself in these kinds of stores.
Well, you should definitely find yourself in them more.
Okay.
Ow.
Whoosh.
That was a freaking haymaker.
I have a zero society. I have no idea what's going on.
Nope.
Nope. No idea what's going on. Oh, okay. So, I am trying to get my monk robes tailored, but I do not have much else.
So you need temporary clothes?
Yes.
Okay, well, I'm sure we can find something for you to wear while I mend those for you.
Thank you. Do you also know where I could get assistance with my sandals?
They are made of leather?
Yes.
You could go to a cobbler, perhaps?
Okay.
Excellent. And he just kind of turns and walks over to a like rack kind of like in the back of the store. So it's like pulling things aside with probably slightly more force than is strictly speaking necessary. No. Yes. And she pulls off this like kind of mustard brown frock kind of thing. It's got like dark brown accents. And it looks like it's like knee length, but like the legs are meant to sort of like be gathered and tied above the knees.
Like pantaloons?
If pantaloons weren't really pants, yes.
I see.
But you know, it's almost like if you took overalls and then instead of having them have legs, they just had strips of cloth that came down from the waist and tied around above the knees.
Yeah, okay.
And then she grabs those and like holds them and she shuffles around a little bit more and then just grabs like something vaguely pants shaped.
Okay.
These will do fine.
Thank you. Do you have a room where I could change?
Of course we do. And she motions toward a spot with like curtains over it, and there's some like nice beads strung over in front of the curtains.
Yeah. So I go and I change and then like change out of my monk robes.
Yes.
I'll keep my sandals on because that's not the place to change them. And then I hand them to her.
It will be a few hours.
Okay. I have a question. How much to rent the clothes?
To rent the clothes?
Well, they are... am I buying them or are they temporary?
Do you want to buy them? I will give you an excellent price.
Sure.
Well, for both of them and for the repairs, we will give you 2.5 silver.
Okay.
Scoff. I think I spent like 50 silver on clothing and character creation.
It might be because she's giving her the clothing that she wants very rid of.
Yeah.
One of the ugliest things they have that no one else will buy. I'll put them on this sap.
It's just temporary. It's fine. It's temporary clothing.
Is there a cobbler you could recommend?
There are a couple of cobblers. I don't get my shoes from them. I get them specially made. But there is one at the end of the way here. I hear they are good.
Okay. Do you think they'll give me a fair price to mend my shoes?
I suppose.
Well, thank you for your recommendation.
Of course.
And then I
I'm
do a
happy to help.
Thank you. And then I do a slight bow and then I leave.
She's so precious.
I'm just heading back to the inn and assuming that other people are going to head back there too, since we didn't actually set a place to meet up.
Sure.
Do they have a, like a bar there, I assume?
I mean, yeah, there's so. I mean, they don't have a bar. The ancient orc innkeeper
Sure.
keeps a couple of bottles of things.
I will sit out front,
Sure.
on like if there's a bench out front or something like that, I'll just kind of like sit on the bench and watch while waiting for people to come up to me, while periodically wandering back inside to refill my horn.
I just realized something.
Yeah.
I don't know if Amelie would know to tie the pants.
It's up to
Like,
you.
not the pants, but like the...
You just got these like weird tassels that flare out at the end.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, I don't think she would know to do that.
sounds good.
Yeah, when I get back, I'm just walk up to the old orc and for the booze and just be like, do you have a drink,
Yes.
Toss him a gold. Let's keep it coming.
Okay. And he just like pulls out a bottle and sets it on. Doesn't even look at what bottle he's grabbing. He just grabs a thing. He just sets it there.
Sure.
What do I get?
You get.
Do I roll
like,
for it?
Sure. You roll me a d20 and tell me what you hit.
It's
That's a 16.
16. You get actually some fairly solid, like, it's distilled. It doesn't like look aged, but it might be reasonably similar to gin. It's got, again, like that herby thing going.
Okay.
But if you made gin, but instead of the things you put in gin, you put pine in it. That's this.
Okay. I will sip on that.
Yeah.
Well,
It's got a really interesting flavor. It kind of like develops in the back of your throat.
cool.
You're not used to things that you aren't just like supposed to take in
Yeah.
shots, but
That should last me for a
Yeah.
couple hours.
and okay, so you need footwear.
Yes.
So you wander down the way and find a shop called Bella's Boots.
Oh, this must be the place she was talking about. And then I walk in.
All my notes for this episode are just the names of stores I'm coming up with.
Nice.
They're like, and shopping extravaganza coming up.
Wasn't what I expected, but I'm here for it. So
Shopping.
We won a lot of money and are in a city.
it's a fair point. I should have expected it. Didn't as much. I should have restocked the magical item set.
I should have done this with Emmeline.
Emmeline absolutely is like.
Oh, just wait until she sees you.
I know.
Emily absolutely is like going around the city, like looking at fashion stuff, just like, oh, that's different.
You also actually come across the dapper bugbear. It's got some really interesting style stuff in the window.
I will have actually have to be left since we went to the magic items thing and go. I'll go back to inn since I don't know where we're going to meet up. So I guess we meet up there.
Okay, I will keep an eye out for the others and let them know.
What was that?
But we're in a new city, so I need to see the styles.
I really want you to like
It could
go.
be the next trend in Cadia.
I really want. Oh God. I really want you to go into the Dapper Bugbear and have the woman and like make a connection with the woman, and she to a point where she just tells you about this horrible person, like just does not a clue about anything. Just
But
walked into
from,
her
From
store.
your glance at the various styles around here, The stuff that you would consider like good style tends to be a lot more in like the earth tones than KDA uses. I mean, obviously KDA uses earth tones because that's kind of the default for a lot of fabric.
Yeah.
So if you aren't bothering to dye it, it's going to end up beige ?
Except when you're spending silver, or
Right.
50 silver for good.
So,
clothes.
but you don't get a lot of like the bold blues and things like that. You get earth tones, kind of washed greens, like like pale greens, colors that are kind of understated.
Yeah.
It's got a very subtle feel to it, but it's nice. It's not it's not poor subtle. It's like interesting subtle.
Yeah. It's a different kind of dye, but it's still dyed and still treated.
Yes, for sure. And they're very well constructed. You can tell immediately.
Is it like fairly different in stylistically, like how it's designed?
Yeah. I mean, you've got there's not as much like form fit in a lot of the clothes as there is in Cadia. It seems to be designed to sort of like create shape rather than always follow shape. So there's stylistically definitely some differences to it.
I think out of interest, I will pick up at least one outfit.
Okay.
A nice outfit.
Yeah, you can pick
That's
up something
fairly
for
standard.
like a gold. That's that's nice.
Get some outlandish clothes.
Yeah.
When in Rome.
The shopkeeper woman does give you kind of a strange look, but once you start conversing, she's like picks up that you know what you're doing.
Yeah, if I could
least
like
you
make
know
a
what you're
society or
doing.
like a diplomacy check,
Sure.
like just talk about
Go
different
ahead.
cultural differences and stylings.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's over 20.
Yeah. She like makes conversation. You are more brave than a lot of elves would be.
I am from a couple of different cities and have traveled around a lot. It's interesting to see a lot of the different styles, especially being far from home. Cadia does not have styles like this.
That is true. It does not.
And I find it interesting.
Good. You can have one of these. And she goes over to a rack and pulls off like 3 different things. And one is a dress that sort of has kind of like, it's not quite like shoulder pads, but like the shoulders come out a little bit and like follows the curve and then goes down out to about there. It's got almost like it's a little bit like Klingon armor.
Yes.
But definitely not armor. It's
Yeah.
it's like a stiff fabric. And then the bodice kind of mirrors that shape a couple of times on the way down. It's really interesting. It creates a very interesting silhouette.
Yeah.
And then there's the other 2 are a little less kind of like provocative from a stylistic sense.
Nah. We're going with stylistic.
Going with Klingon dress.
Yeah.
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 That one's like a nice sort of darkish brown. But it's got some detailing done in like white and paler browns.
Okay.
That
Is it
really,
a kind of thing that goes along with her skin tone, or is that something that would kind of?
Yeah, you could say that for sure.
Okay.
Yeah. Right. So we've got boots for you. Bella's boots. You walk inside and there is a human-looking woman. And she. Oh, by the way, make a perception check while I'm doing this. She is
19.
in the midst of repairing a pair of shoes. And you see her like hammering nails into the sole of the shoe. And she doesn't even like notice you come in at first. She's very focused.
I tentatively say, excuse me. I do not wish to bother you, but I was wondering if you would be able to help fix my sandals.
Oh, I could do that.
Thank you. I do not have much else. Are there things that I could wear while they are being repaired?
I don't have Lending shoes?
I do not mind purchasing shoes. I
Oh.
simply.
Well, of course I've got all kinds of shoes.
Okay.
Let me see your feet. She looks down, sort of like backs up, holds her fingers out like this. You doing traveling or?
Yes.
Perfect. And she'll duck back and she pulls out a pair of boots that look very sturdy. And she like thunks them onto the counter.
These look very nice. You said these are good for traveling.
Of course they're good for traveling.
I see. Are they
I made
comfortable?
it myself.
Oh. Well, they look very, very nice. You did very well on these.
Well, thank you.
Are they comfortable?
They're comfortable for traveling
I
boots.
see. How much would they cost?
Well, these will be 3 silver.
Okay.
I have a fan.
So
Oh,
I'm trying to
okay.
do math things.
I play with that fan all the time.
It's impossible.
That fan
not
is
to.
great. That fan is so good. I love that fan.
I just looked over and like saw you guys whispering to each other like conspiracy.
Conspiracy?
I mean, yes, but about the fan.
Schemes. And how much would it be to also mend my sandals?
Oh, I'll do that for a silver.
Okay.
Charlie.
Oh my goodness.
It's lovely.
Do you know about how long it would take? Like when I should come back?
I could get it done in wow, I totally switched accents there. It's your fault. I blame you.
It was me all along.
I could get it done in an hour and a half. We'll say for safety.
Oh, well, thank you. Thank you. I will be back for them. And I hand you my sandals and put on the boots. These are very comfy. Thank you. And I stroll out.
Okay.
My nice ass boots.
Yeah.
Mustard yellow.
Really good boots, really bad clothes.
Like stuff's hanging down. I don't know why.
Perception check for me, by the way.
19.
You see something that looks suspiciously like Amelie's monk robes. Like kind of like on the back counter among things that she's like gonna get to repairing.
Do you get many Cadian monks down this way?
I don't know. What do Cadian monks look like?
They wear that usually, and like kind of gesture.
Then I get exactly 1 Cadian monks this way.
I hesitate to ask, but what did she get?
Oh. Perhaps it is best if you ask her.
Do you still know her measurements? Have those written down somewhere?
Of course, I don't need to write these things down.
Okay. Let me find something else for her.
Of course. As long as you won't be renting it.
I will find Amelie also some nice clothes.
Okay.
These will also be fine clothes, so I'm willing to
It's
spend
like
the
another
50
gold.
another
Yeah.
gold on it. Yeah, I'm okay with that.
Yeah.
I just love it. Oh.
It's like, what did she do? Just okay.
She's like the drabbest jester that has ever lived.
No.
I'm walking out of that store. I'm walking out of the cobbler store. Can I actually like roll to see if I see Emily in the store?
I mean, you guys probably come out about the same time.
Yeah. Eventually, we find
Okay.
out with
Yes.
each other.
Either way, you're meeting up back at the end, so you're gonna
Right.
see each other pretty shortly anyway.
Like, kind of sees the clothing, but was kind of braced for it anyway, so it just like
Sure.
doesn't show on the face at all. And it's just like, Amelie, I got you some clothes while I was out.
Oh, well, thank you. I also got clothes.
I see. You dressed yourself. Yeah. You did it. Now put these on instead.
This is why they used to make those clothes, what they call granimals or whatever they were.
Yes.
Where they were like color coordinated based by animal, so that kids could dress themselves and it wouldn't look hilariously bad.
Yeah. It's like, oh yeah, it's great. Yeah, put this on instead.
Pretend this never happened.
Oh well, I need a place to change.
Yeah, we can change back at the inn. Ivan
Okay.
is waiting there for us. Have you seen Scree?
I have not.
Excellent. No, I'm kidding.
Quickly leave town.
Quick, leave.
It's fine. I have a new goblin friend anyway.
And then Scree became a bone carver.
We should probably make sure we find her eventually, because we do have a long trip before we get to.
Eventually.
Well, as in
Eventually.
like we need to get to the place, so like
Right.
without spending too much time in the city.
Right. How far away is their clothes shop from that bone curry?
Pretty far. I mean,
Okay.
they're in the same general area. It's like the kind of the shopping district, quote
Yeah.
unquote.
Gotcha.
But you're unlikely to just like stumble across them on the way back.
I should say, and I don't know if I should roll for this, I do want to spend a lot of effort, like making sure like I'm not offending you about your clothes choice, but I'm also trying very hard to get you to be excited about the clothes to try them on so that you get out of the other ones. But I have a very high diplomacy. I don't know if I need to roll that, but
I'm confused. Have I purchased these clothes or are they rentals?
Oh, you bought them. She
Oh,
sold them to
okay.
you real cheap.
I assume, Scree, you're heading back to the inn when you're
Yeah.
done? Okay.
Yeah. I'm sort of smart enough to know that, right?
Sure.
I mean,
I have a, I have a
absent
decent
any other
it's less of a,
intelligence.
are you smart enough, and more of a, where would you head afterwards?
Yep.
Would it
Absent
be
any
the
other
inn, or would it be
instructions.
somewhere else?
Might as well.
Because we
Right.
didn't make a plan.
No.
We might have wanted to do that, but
plans are overrated.
Cousin, I'm quite confused. I'm a bit confused. I am not very familiar with different kinds of clothes.
It is a...
These tassels.
Oh, yeah. Do this with them. And ties them off in some way that it looks somewhat presentable.
Sure.
Ah, thank you. I was not aware.
Yes. I might want to take a look at those later on tonight. I'm not sure. Some of the form-fitting things about it. I'll look over it.
What do you mean?
Just construction-wise. It could fit a little bit better here, and like kind of just points out little tiny things.
Oh, why thank you. I enjoy our clothes talk.
Girl talk.
Enjoy your close talk, which is now happening for the first time ever.
Yeah. I like how magic items, decent amount of time. General, generic, 50 silver clothing.
Welcome to the second half of the show.
This is the important stuff.
It's like, and now we'll return to shopping with Emmeline.
So, does everybody have everything they need?
Yes.
Yes.
when you get back to the inn, you will find that Ivan has found a random like block of wood. And he's propped it up against his shield, like kind of like tried to hang it, so it's like right near the middle. And he has taken the darts out of the bag. And he says, "Miss Tink." Gets stuck in the bench.
Ivan, can I try?
He hands you the rest of the darts and goes, you should like some of this too. Drink some more of the.
All right, that first, definitely. Drink.
And you two get pine gin.
And then I'll try to throw
It's
a
about
dart.
3/4 of the way empty now.
Yeah.
You realize we have a bit to walk today, right?
It's like
We drink and walk.
It's just good for. It
Multitask.
helps circulation. It fixes the.
Yeah.
It's
I'm just happy his
He's
block
like,
of wood isn't his son.
and he slips into dwarvish.
I just like looking at me. Yeah. What's he? Yeah.
It is great for that, whatever that was.
Yes. I'm gonna throw
Are we-
darts too. I'm gonna aim at Emmeline.
This is like questioning games. Like, is this the day?
Finally, it is time.
I throw another dart, just like tinks off my shield again, gets stuck in the bench. There's probably one dart in the block of wood.
Yeah.
I'll throw them until I get one too.
Takes a little while, but you get there.
Yeah.
Dexterity isn't bad.
My dex is 16.
Sure.
Yeah, it's fine.
Who
Mine's
needs proficiency?
mine's
bonus?
not.
Yeah. So tomorrow, or at least at some point, I'll have to go back and pick up my stuff. But yeah.
So do you want to go to the monastery in your newfound attire?
No, I wanted
Okay.
to get my clothes fixed up.
Sure.
So that I can.
You can just
Yeah.
wait a few hours and
Yeah.
get it
I mean, yeah,
back.
it's
Okay.
probably like late-ish, like lunchtime.
Yeah,
Okay,
it's
then yeah.
like a little after noon.
Yeah, so
So yeah, by the time you get them back, it's like 1 or 2 p.m.
so like
Okay.
we'll have some lunch, and then we head out.
Mhm.
Is
Seems like fair.
you can I don't know what it is, but we have some lunch. and then what happened to Monk Robe?
I wanted to get it fixed.
Oh, we have some lunch. We pick up lunch robe, and then we go.
Emily just got like.
Aw.
Okay. Well, either way, I think lunch.
Yes.
Duh.
And also we will put up the monk robes.
Wait, did you guys all get dresses?
No, I got a shirt and pants.
Oh, I thought it was like a dress type of thing. Just fancy clothes.
I mean,
There's
Emily almost
something.
certainly got her.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
got you a clothing set of fine clothes.
Oh,
That was the second gold that I spent.
that
So
was so
pretty.
kind of you.
Let's probably get good clothes to me sometime too. It's a good idea. Sometime.
I'm not
now.
as familiar with men's clothing nor
Neither am I.
styles.
What is
Goblin clothing? Can you help with that?
I can try.
Make me look pretty, Emmeline.
Is we find sometime.
Toothy
I
grin.
think is
So pretty.
look. I think walk
nice
into monastery.
R-rated loathing.
For your face,
what's
your
the
voice.
popular?
Oh.
Emily, we're gonna have popular between Emily and Scree.
I think
Yeah.
that
I think it'd be,
we'll-
I would think it'd be Emmeline and Anomaly. Very much
Emily
so.
and everyone that
Really, all of you.
Tessie
Yeah.
has a pretty good sense of style, actually. It's different, but it's definitely like a performer's style.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's pretty good. It's just everybody else is just like
Mine
nah.
is whatever the fantasy equivalent of an Adidas tracksuit is.
Basically, yes.
God.
Mine's just rags. It's fine.
So but then-
Yours
like-
were clothes once.
Yeah.
It's just
Yeah.
that you lost access to the goblin people who made them a while ago.
Rip.
mine are in good repair because magic.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, but
It's a nicely repaired tracksuit.
yeah, it's. Yeah, I mean, you will see me periodically. The other day, I'll like when I'm doing my polishing, so I also will sometimes have like my clothing, and I'll just cast mending or cast prestidigitation to like mend the small little tears.
Yeah.
The lunch, then robe, then leaf.
yes.
I think if we all walk through monastery with expensive good clothes, I think is how we don't get in. So, clothing after comeback.
Okay.
We'll have to at least pick up her robes, probably.
Yeah, I pick up robe, but then
And my sandals.
I think robe is going to be the only reason we do get lit in is have monk. But
Agreed.
Emmeline, I would like to try on the clothes you got me. I'm gonna make the same face.
That's so adorable.
Clothing time. Emily does all sorts of society things.
some kind of montage music immediately comes on.
Right. You spend literally all the time it takes for her stuff to get repaired, just like playing Amelie dress up.
I'm gonna sit there and try to leatherwork some of this stuff for the.
Sure.
Yeah.
You make a crafting check if you would like,
Sure.
since this is the next day. Is that another natural 20?
No, it's-
I'm just bluffing.
Oh, are we
No.
staying for another night?
No, but this is she made the
because
previous one the day before.
Okay.
25.
It's pretty good. It's definitely starting to come together into armor as opposed to just like very good skull carvings.
Soon, Emmeline, we will play dress up with you too.
You get me nice clothes, I get you nice clothes.
Oh yes.
It's a fashion episode, guys.
So
we have some lunch, and I'll polish off whatever the thing I have is.
sure.
And I'll buy another.
Sure. It's pretty good. Like you're as the more you've gotten into it, the more you're like, they're onto something here.
Yeah.
Like, I guess when what you have is pine makes some decent brews.
Gin is basically just juniper flavored vodka.
Yeah,
so,
and this is just basically pine salt flavored
Yeah,
vodka.
so
Like,
Oh god.
a
Delicious.
little less lemon freshness, obviously, but
That's the power of pine salt, baby.
well, the power of pine salt's worth another gold, so I get one for the road.
yes. And this innkeeper looks like he probably has never been paid 2 gold in the same day.
Actually, hold on. Do you have third bottle?
I don't have third bottle. Of
Do you have
that.
bottle of just vodka?
Yeah.
I think
Could
that
probably
too.
find a.
Do you have any more pickled stuff?
No.
Actually, is there any place like just store of drink? Someplace I go get whole.
There's
Is there a good tavern nearby I could go pick? It has variety, lots of different things. Could look at.
I don't know.
Okay. Is there close tavern?
There are taverns, yeah.
Yeah.
There's one over that way.
Okay. I will wander to
Yeah.
whatever the closest
Yeah.
tavern is,
Got
and
it.
I'll go and I'll see if I can get a kind of nice-ish bottle of vodka, unopened bottle of vodka.
Yeah. Yeah, you can.
How much would that be? There.
Oh, I have a couple of silver. Like probably 5 or 6 silver, honestly,
Cool.
for a solid bottle of vodka. They're not like importing like
Yeah.
craftsman dwarven vodka.
Sure.
Or anything, but-
I buy 6 silver.
Yeah.
And I just kind of put them in the bag of holding and
Sure. Restocking the booze supply.
yeah, take for the road.
Ivan has a booze hole.
Yes. Someday everyone will have specialized holds of holding.
Look, there will come the
Wardrobe of
time.
holding.
There will come the time
God.
where I enchant my horn to fill itself. It's,
Oh, that's gonna
it will
happen.
happen.
Oh yes.
I don't know what I'd put in mine.
Kombucha.
Not much. Like Amelie does not have a lot of the worldly possessions thing going on.
Nope.
The
She
sandal
puts
of
her
holding.
feelings in there.
My feelings whole. I just put them in a void.
Is it weird that might be the worst one?
That seems like the worst one to me.
Yeah. Yeah.
Anyway, so you all get your food,
Feelings
you get your stuff back,
Yeah.
you get your booze.
Yeah.
Anything else before you head out of town?
I think we're good.
Okay.
I feel like it'd be
And
really fun to
onward.
tell to tell the woman that that's my cousin. This is my cousin. She's like, what?
Roll
it is good that
fortitude
you are
save.
trying many new things
Okay.
today.
It'll be fine.
It's like it's okay. It's okay. I'll take it.
That one's on me.
After some, like having to think about money and getting some food, and like now we're ready and it's been a bit, I'm starting to sober up a reasonable amount. Like, all right, I think it's time for walking.
We should get there close to sundown.
Yeah, at this time of year, probably right around sundown.
Oroshel.
Are we singing more songs, Ivan?
Does Ivan ever stop singing songs?
Not really, no.
No, didn't think so.
And he starts right into one.
Yes.
While still in the city.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
This guy's like marching.
Oh my goodness.
So great.
Some people definitely like look over.
Oh, the stairs.
I'll just like march behind him.
Basically, you get a bunch of people wondering if this is the weirdest parade that has ever existed until you get out of town.
I have at this point taken out my armor and sword and everything out of the bag of holding and put it back on and everything. So like, I'm
Screw your
probably
staff.
gesturing with my sword, like
Fine.
conducting
I'm
it.
just like doing this.
We didn't buy the fire.
People are a little
didn't?
bit cautious.
Oh.
Actually, no, I have a wand. I'm directing with the wand. I got the swords in my hand. I got the wand of heal,
Oh,
and I'm just
God.
kind of
Yeah.
like, Waving it around.
So, you make your way out of town. Oh, right. Okay. and pretty quickly the sounds of it fade into the background once you're out of the gates. Once again, the guards. Now, obviously, guards are a little more willing to let people out of a city than into it. Mm-hmm. So, you don't get hassled or anything on the way out. You do have to go by the town square before you, on the way out, and you see that there's the fighting pit there, and there's Marta still sitting in her chair. And still there's maybe a dozen people, one hanging out, just in case a fight should occur.
There could be a fight at any time.
Apparently there's some hardcore pit fans here.
I sing louder as we walk by.
You get weird side glance from Marta. But
Kind of like nods respectfully in her direction.
yeah. But she stays in her chair. Apparently this isn't, a capital offense or anything. So.
Turns out you must die.
But yeah, you make your way out of the town and
To the monastery.
so someone make diplomacy.
Oh, nope.
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 30. No, sorry, 20.
Oh, okay.
I added a 10
Still
there
pretty
somewhere.
good. I'm just like, I'm sorry, what?
I mean,
Possible at this level, but
yeah,
still.
I've been 30s before. But yeah, no, 20.
So yeah, essentially, that was, you remembered to grill Serieshkev for directions to the monastery
Oh, right.
before you left.
Yes.
Or probably last night at some point.
Yeah, well, we had asked him about it.
Yeah, if we see any of
And-
them by the pits, by the way, we'll wave.
They're probably off drinking their own winnings, but yeah. So you've got pretty clear directions. So you get out of the city, go down the road a little ways, then turn northward. Once again, back toward the forest.
Yeah, boy.
Takes a couple of minutes to get back to the tree line, and then it's more dark pine wood.
Yay.
And that's how you spend a couple of hours. Just kind of trudging through it with the heavy scent of pine all around you and the soft shuffle of pine needles at your feet. At this point, it's either unendingly oppressive or you've gotten used to it and it's kind of pleasant.
One or the other. Little
You
bit of
guys
column
can
A, little
decide-
column B.
You can decide which one applies to you individually.
I'll find it pleasant.
I'll find it pleasant. Reminds me of the forest and the mountains back home.
Yeah,
It's probably a little off-putting for me.
probably.
Forests are not exactly the thing I've been
Yes.
gotten used to.
You do actually get like evergreen trees.
Yeah, the
but
kinds of
they
trees
are
at least make it better.
Definitely not near each other in this fashion.
Yeah.
What are trees?
Like,
Yeah.
there are forests in Skywood Skill. They're just not exactly
use them for
commonplace or
firewood.
particularly
Yes.
large.
Fire.
Fire. Fire?
Fire, fire, fire,
Squirrel.
fire.
Someone thought the word fire.
Where is it?
So
When the doorbell rings,
spend
on
the next
TV,
few
it says,
hours.
oh, what the?
moving through the forests, and then whoever's going to be at the front of this procession.
Probably me. It's usually me.
Probably you.
Okay. Can I get a second person? We'll let Tessie be at the front of the procession with you.
The eyes of God.
Helping me perform.
Yes.
The eyes of God rolled by God this time.
Yes. She rolled a 2.
Oh, no.
False God.
That's what she gets. That's what she gets for being at home.
That's what she gets for a pox.
That's a 31.
Sounds good. She was like stuck behind you when you saw the thing.
There is a new god now.
As you move through the forest, you out of the
The
corner
god
of your eye
euphemism.
spot something off to your left. And at first it looks like maybe like a campfire light over there. But as you move forward, you see it again, kind of like passing between trees off in the distance. It's hard to get a good look at it because at any given time there's probably several trees in between you and it. But every now and again you get another glimpse of fire. And then finally, you manage to see in between a group of the trees a figure moving through the woods. And it's a fairly tall humanoid with a pair of feathered wings folded at their back. And in one hand is a long flaming sword, which is producing the light you had seen.
I need it.
Can you even use swords?
No, but I need it.
I will
Burn that feet.
Tiger stance.
I will stop and just kind of, everyone stop singing. Just kind of look over.
That's a good point. I forgot you were saying.
Yeah, buddy.
Cool. Ooh, that for that. Wow, they are. This die is not about rolling today. It's just like, you haven't rolled dice all day. I'm punishing you.
Meanwhile, my dice are like, you're rolling? Okay, have a nice number. You deserve that.
So I will stop and turn to them and be like, Zdrozvitia?
Oh no, they're way off.
Oh,
Like,
they're-
they're off in the distance.
Oh, they're not like approaching us
no,
or anything?
No, they don't seem to have noticed you.
So it's just it was just a person standing there with a
They're
flaming
moving.
sword.
No, they're moving through the woods. It was just a matter of like, because they're a couple
Okay.
hundred yards away, you could only see them once every 30 or 40 seconds because that's when the holes
So
in the trees
where are
lined
they
up.
moving?
Just kind of off to one side compared to you. If you stood perfectly still and they never noticed you, they'd never really come close.
I pointed out to everyone, just look over
Okay.
there. Something. It's a person, flaming sword.
Let's kill it. Take the sword.
I mean, sword's pretty cool, but I do not know if it's necessarily the best option.
Let's follow
Are
it.
those wings?
I think so. I think might be worth looking into.
I mean, like, knowledge about celestial society?
That would actually be religion.
Okay.
Oh, could I roll
don't
that?
have
You may
religion.
roll religion.
That is a 19.
Okay. What do you got?
I don't have religion.
I have religion.
Would
I
you
mean-
like to roll some religion for him?
Sure.
I would like to put a rank in religion, but I can't do that until we level up.
That sounds like a personal roll.
24.
24.
Yep.
It is not quite high enough. You feel like you've heard of things like this before, and it definitely feels like celestial beings you have heard of. But there aren't really supposed to be celestial beings on this plane, so you don't have a lot of details.
I think
That looks
let's
like trouble.
investigate.
Yes.
It looks very celestial, though I am confused as to why it is here.
Why don't we just give it a wide berth? Our interactions with extraplanar deities has not been great thus far.
Because they aren't stopping either.
They're going that way.
Yeah.
No, our interactions.
But why?
Seems
poke
like we're already involved. Might as well know what we're involved in.
it?
And
That's probably
ignorance,
something else.
I think is related. It is celestial.
But we haven't run into anything that's been like super holy and
It doesn't matter. We've run into lots of things that are lots of things, and none of them are supposed to be here. If something else is not supposed to be here, probably isn't different.
How about we follow it from a distance, see where it's going, and if we don't like it, we leave.
I think we at least look into, see if it's something we want to look at.
it's just existing though. Whatever it is.
It looks like it's running towards something with a flaming sword out.
It's not really running. It's just
Or like
Yeah.
going towards
It has
Pacing,
weapon
it's-
drawn. It's probably
Yeah.
something happening. I think it's worth investigating.
We know as well as anybody else that these woods are dangerous.
So are we.
Yes, but I'm saying walking with your weapons out is not something outside of what we might do.
It is when you have wings and your sword is on fire.
Yeah. But that's still normal behavior. It's just because
I
he
don't
has
think
sword out.
anything about that is normal.
Wide.
The
berth.
existence isn't normal, but the behavior is.
I think is worth investigating.
Okay, Em, you stay here. Watch this tree. We'll be back for you. And I start walking.
I'll follow.
You should leave a skull to protect her.
Yes, do you need one?
I will follow.
It'll keep you company.
I will come along.
Good call.
Let's go poke the bear.
Don't worry, cousin. We will protect you.
The skulls will protect
Not
you.
my concern. It's not what I'm worried about.
So, as you pace over toward...
If you want to take lead so we can be stealthy and learn what you're doing, then we can do that. And that
Are we
way,
just going to stalk them?
I mean, yeah.
I mean, I was going to go up and say hello, but you seem to want to take a bit of a more wide berth. So if you want to be sneaky up to it, then we'll do that.
If they notice us stalking them, they will be mad at us. In the case of now, it might just be a, hey, we saw you and it was an interesting kind of thing.
Okay.
Less likely to kill
I
us.
am okay with this plan. I just did not think
thought
you were going to be okay with it. I
This
keep
is
walking.
crazy.
I'm still not okay with it. It's just apparently what we're doing.
You know?
I'll start walking over. I'm not drawing my sword, but I am unhooking my shield.
Sure.
So,
you kind of plot an intercept course,
yeah.
turn to kind of meet at wow, bump that. Turn to meet at a point, and you're not trying to be stealthy, so
No.
make another perception check for me while you're moving in. By the way,
27.
this time just him.
33.
Jesus.
You have inherited the eyes of God.
Replacement eyes. I am the LASIK of God.
Tessie, give me these.
I am the LASIK of God. When the eyes aren't working, I'll fix it.
So,
Oh, God.
as you travel along, moving in toward this being, you notice that there are actually at least 2 other creatures moving along with it, kind of off to the sides.
Okay.
Do they look similar or?
You don't get a really good look at them, but they're definitely moving along with it. And eventually the thing just kind of stops in place and faces in your direction.
Mm-hmm.
The sword is down and doesn't seem
Sure.
especially alarmed, but just kind of peers in your direction. And I think that is a good spot to stop for the night.
Don't worry, we're just as disappointed as you guys are.
I ain't disappointed. I got shopping time.
I got
She
you
bought a
clothes.
nice dress.
I work
You-
hard for these cliffhangers. I try to keep people coming back. It's very
Fair.
difficult.
Fair.
So,
Finely crafted cliffhangers.
yes.
Yes.
So, thank you all for joining us this evening.
Yeah.
Or morning, or
New
whenever you happen to be watching this. If
sound.
you're watching on YouTube.
New
Thanks again
sound.
to Paul for designing our new sound setup.
Yay, Paul.
And to me for helping us set up the
Yeah,
sound
you also
setup.
figuring out the software
And
nonsense.
to all of our supporters.
This is
People who
because of you guys.
subscribe, people who
Yes.
support us on Patreon. We literally could not have done this without you because we don't have that kind of money just laying around. So, if you like the new sound, you are part of the reason for the new sound. If you like the new sound and aren't a subscriber or a supporter on Patreon, maybe you should think about becoming a subscriber or a supporter on Patreon so we can do things like upgrade our cameras next. And that's next on the list.
Patreon, right down there.
Yeah, we've got all of the links down below.
It's got lots of cool goodies. It's got behind the scenes footage. It's gonna have even more pretty soon. So
If you happen to be an Amazon Prime user, you get a free Twitch Prime subscription every month. So, there's a button up there. If you want to click that thing, it helps
It's
us do
super
things like buy stuff.
that way.
Yes. Once again, we are going to be doing some new content starting this Friday on the 6th. There's going to be our couch stream
Couch streams.
where
Couch
some of
streams.
us sit around and play some cool games. So if you'd like to join us for that, that should be great fun.
Last
And it's going
time-
to be a lot more like we're going to be able to do a lot more of like chatting with you guys actively and stuff during that. Too.
Friday
Okay.
at 7:30.
Much more
Friday at
casual.
7:30.
Much more casual. Much more just kind of chilling out. Do you know what we're gonna do?
Not solidly yet.
So yeah, last time we did it, we've done kind of one before. We did Untitled Goose Game, and it was amazing. So
was so much fun.
that
There's a lot.
video's up on YouTube. So if you're kind of curious as to what it's gonna look like, go
It'll go
watch
out
that,
like
and
that.
it'll be pretty much like that.
All hail the basket.
All hail the
All
All
basket.
hail
All
basket.
I think that's more or less all of our
Honk, 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 honk,
business
honk, honk.
stuff.
So much fun.
Yeah, if you want to follow us on social media to keep track of what we're doing, all of our social media links are in the description down below. We are on Twitter and Instagram and Facebook and
Discord.
obviously Patreon, and we have a Discord server if you want to talk to us throughout the week.
Yep.
We are there. We
LSU
hang
for
out.
life. So, hopefully, you all will join us again next week, next Sunday, at 4 p.m. Eastern for whatever is about to happen with a group of Celestials in the woods.
They're gonna murder
You
us.
know.
It's gonna be super great.
Mm-hmm.
We could have stayed
Yeah.
perfectly clear, and it would have been fine.
I'll compliment the sword and it'll be great. It's fine.
I mean, at least we'll have new clothes to be murdered in.
I'm not wearing my nice clothes now. I'm wearing my armor now.
Yes. I'm absolutely not making you guys new minis for your new clothes yet.
Don't blame you.
For instance, if you start walking around in the new clothes because you're a monk and you can do that kind of shit and get away with it, then cool, I'll find you a new mini.
She's going to wear nothing but that brown outfit from now on. Just-
Oh God.
Anyway, hopefully you'll join us again and see what happens with that. Until then, thank you so much for watching, and remember to keep your friends close and your dice closer. Thanks a lot, everybody.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.